Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network and another episode of Sibling Showdown, our live big board draft. I believe this is our 6th, maybe 7th live big board draft coming up in just 1 minute. That's right. It's Thursday. It's Sibling Showdown every Thursday. I do a big board live draft with my sibling, my brother, Steve. And we got a bunch of people in chat that will say hi to already in just 1 minute. But I got to say hi to my brother first. Steve, how are you doing? And are you ready to rip another big board together?
Yeah, doing good. Definitely excited. As we're in all the pre-news of these trades and free agency cuts and stuff like that. So yeah, now we're seeing some landing spots or understanding that guys are not going to be on certain teams. So it definitely starts to help us more and more.
Absolutely. Let me say hi to Chad. First of all, Best Ball on Call, dedicated, was liked the episode right after I put it up this afternoon. That's awesome. Omega King, GM, good to see you. We've got Devin Mychan. I'm now noticing I'm in a few drafts with Steve. Good old Steve Speak. You have to let us know your handle. Yeah. Drop your handle so Steve can know who he's drafting against. I assume you like doing some slow drafts because Steve loves the slows. How many slows are you in right now, Steve? Drop your handle so Steve can know who he's drafting against.
No, I'm in at least 40, 50.
Oh, okay. Do you have it playing or am I playing? I heard.
That was me.
Yeah. So 40 or 50 slows. So Devin, let us know your handle. Who Hames, always good to see you. Sup, fam? Always good to see Off the Schneid. Hey, how are we doing tonight? If you haven't checked out Off the Schneid's channel, he's ripping tons of big board drafts. He ripped the biggest board draft the other night. I love it. High stakes live. That was awesome. Steven, always good to see Steven, WC, GM Sibs, glad to see Vaporware. Hopefully we can get a bunch in here. Glad to see his Meg. I feel like I'm at 1.5 speed. Mike Robb, our chat lord, glad to see Meg is down to 1.5 speed, not 2.5. Yeah, yesterday I was talking very fast, but I feel like I'm on like a two speed. And our guy Jamie, hi everyone. DJ Quill, hello everyone. Good to see everybody in here. So yeah, we are going to be drafting a big board. Steve, any particular, as I'm pulling it over, any particular news items? Obviously, it has been a flurry of NFL news that we could talk about, of course, as we're going through the draft. Yeah. Any ones, I mean, there was Evan Ingram gets cut today. Any ones that are standing out to you massively more than others? I mean, there's so much to keep up with, obviously.
I think one of the most interesting ones was Christian Kirk was going to be cut, and the Texans came in. They did the exact same thing last year with Joe Mixon, and they said, we'll just give you a 7th rounder, give us Kirk.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing with Joe Mixon last year, and it's smart. Why let him get to the market? Christian Kirk might not be the best receiver available, but he's up there. And they got him for cheaper than Washington gave up for Debo, and in both money and pick return. And so it's just I think it's a smart move by the Texans because we know Tank Dell is not playing this year. Stephon Diggs, they want him back, and they still could bring him back, but it probably would be more expensive than this. And we just saw Tutu Atwell sign for $10 million, so they're getting Kirk at a reduced rate because Jaguars pay the the signing bonus portion of it. So I think a really smart move by the Texans. Assume Christian Kirk's healthy. He's a pretty solid number 2. And when you have an elite number 1 like Nico Collins, that's exactly what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to be jumping in a big board in a minute, but don't worry, I'll check it out first so that we can try to get as many of you in. We'd love to draft with as many of you as possible. So I'll try to peek my head in 1 minute. But here's the deal. We have 17 likes already, which is awesome. Thank you for liking as you came in. We greatly appreciate that. If we get 30 likes, I'm just going to set a reasonable goal here. If we get 30 likes, we'll do a second big board draft. So 30 likes, we'll do a second one. But let's get to the first one. First, I got to say hi to others that joined us. Green Bean, I know he was in Andrew and Justin's live draft last night. Be sure to check that out. And Steve and I did a show yesterday covering Steve's basically rookie target list. Rookies are, rising and falling like crazy from the combine. We talked it through. Check out that show from yesterday as well. And then we gave a big board target list. Maybe I'll pull that up before we jump in. But hey, Green Bean, hopefully you can join us. Laughing at Mike Robb, Chiado Fantasy, always good to see you. Angie Hatfield, hey all, good to see you. And our guy Tyler, always it's fun to have a good crew. I love to see. Yeah, good old Gabe Davis.
No, I think it helps them. They also cut Josh Reynolds. Look, this is a new GM, new coach. They're going to make some moves, but Gabe Davis is, assuming he's back healthy from his injury, he's pretty locked in. They've taken a pretty significant dead cap hit to cut him, and I think he's could be a solid number 2 for the Jaguars. I still assume they're going to add a wide receiver, but it definitely helps both the Jaguars for wide receiver room and just mentioning the Christian Kirk trade to the Texans. I think it really helps the Texans.
I just have to say that Tyler sometimes accidentally gets in stream drafts. Thank God I didn't accidentally get another stream draft, ruin my EV. I'll count it down, Tyler, so you can make sure if you don't want to be in this one. Steph Miller, always good to see you. She says, hey, all. Gabe Davis needs to get healthy with his nagging knee injury back-to-back years. Yeah, absolutely. Green Bean says, I'm just watching here, but drop the like. I appreciate that. Steph says, don't want to be in the next door draft again. So before I pull that up, Steve, I'm just going to pull up and just take a quick look at your rookie target list. So we went over this on the show yesterday. These are the rookies that Steve is, and again, check out the whole show. Of course, it was from yesterday, going through all the combines, risers and fallers, and who we're targeting. Some of these are guys that are rising. Steve still likes the price. Some of these are rookies that have fallen and Steve's buying the dip, and some are guys that have kind of stayed put and we just want more of. And so I've been working on this list. I tweeted this list yesterday, and I think we'll probably refer to this list some today. So wanted to just throw that up there before we get going. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to peek in first because I'm going to try to get as many in here. So let me just see where we're at here. And then if it is a lot to still join, then I'll say anybody who wants to join us, join. If not, I'll get out. So let me check right now. Okay, 8 more. So join if you want to join us. There's now 7. If you'd like to join us, no countdown. Just jump in the draft now. 6 more to join, and I'll pull this up. Tyler says, nice list. Yeah, I'm going to be using that as my as what I'm working off of. And Off the Schneid says he is streaming tonight. So I'm already giving away EV. I'll be a fly on the wall tonight. What time are you streaming? We'll have to let you know. Maybe we can get back to watch here. So, and then Steven, are you joining us? I'm old as dirt. I've never been this excited over an NFL offseason. This offseason feels fun. The quarterback carousel is going to be really fun. Okay, we got 3 more to start. If anybody wants to join us, you still have an opportunity. A couple more. Omega King says he'll go back and watch the rookie. Appreciate that. Drop your link in here. Off the Schneid. I believe your name's Cody. So Jamie's at work, can't draft with us, but we will be getting in. Let me pull over active. All right, it is just starting now. So this is perfect.
When
DJ Giddens is the first on the thing. Okay, I was wrong. We have 2 more to fill. I had a slow draft going. And yeah, I realized when DJ Giddens was the first name I saw that we probably aren't. All right, we got Paul jumping in. Love to see it. Jamie's at work. Hugh Hames says, don't draft and drive. And here, yes, Cody, it is Off the Schneid, Cody. He's a great follow and great to subscribe to his channel. He does a ton of live drafts too, so check him out. YouTube link here as well. Always good streamers, streamers supporting streamers. Best Ball is like just such an awesome community. And let's see what we got here. So Steve, we are at the 11th spot. I don't know if we've had that in a while. I feel like we've kind of been right in the middle, and it looks like we've got Losimo. I know Legion X. You have to let us know in the chat your actual names versus your handle names, but I know Losimo, Vaporware, Legion, XII, Omega King, Super Shorty. I know that's Steph. And so I know, so it looks like we've got
almost all red badges. All badges.
Yeah.
All red badges.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me pull this up and share this link as we get going, and then we can talk through. So what are your favorite current, it hasn't changed a ton, Steve, but what have you been doing a lot at the turn here since we're at the 11th spot?
So to me, at the turn, it's either a wide receiver, like Thomas Neighbors, or sometimes I just ensure that I'm getting whatever running back that I want. I know a running back would be coming back to me, but sometimes I'm just happy to say, hey, I'll take Genty here, or a chain, or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I either get one receiver, one running back usually. Sometimes I'll double tap the running back, like you said. But it really depends what falls. So it goes Chase, Jefferson, Barkley. And let me check the chat really quick to see. So yes, Paul is Legion 13th Legion. Nice. So thank you for that. I was like X, I. Yes, that makes a lot more sense. Legion 13. Steven says, Cody says, glad I sat out, tough room. Let's see. Omega King, R. Houston is a regular. Don't know if he's watching. Okay, good to know. Speaking of badges, shaming Bruni for only having the basic. Oh my gosh. Okay. King of Kings, we always love to see Frank in here. He said, just watching tonight. Good luck, everyone. So thank you for joining us, Frank. We appreciate it. Okay, Steve, I'll keep this up for this round of picks. And actually, no, I'll switch to it. Uh-oh. I don't know what. Okay, we're on the clock.
Let's go, Brian.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say. And that makes perfect sense. When he falls to you at 11, that's awesome. And then we'll have one of these running backs to choose from, most likely.
Yeah.
Obviously, because there's just two picks in between. So, I need to log into Best Ball Overlay and obviously pull that up. So I get so excited. After this pick, I'll log into Best Ball Overlay so we can see our exposures. I know I have the highest. Okay, so went Genty, London. I do have the highest McCaffrey, but I'm kind of a McCaffrey.
I actually go a chain here.
You want to go chain? Okay, I need a more chain, so that works for me. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we got Thomas and a chain, so I like that. And then let me bring this back up, and then let me log into Best Ball Overlay here as the draft is going. So as I'm logging in, Steve, if there's anything else good you see on the board, point that out. I am logging into Best Ball Overlay and make sure I know I updated my exposures today. So
yeah, I mean this went pretty straightforward so far. No real surprise. It is interesting to see. I think Derrick Henry sliding more even behind Christian McCaffrey, but I get it. I mean, Brock Bowers can be a stud. Drake London. Especially if you're just looking receiver. So this middle second round is a very strong area. I think, you can make a case that these could all be first round picks. Jonathan Taylor, we see it. We've seen it. AJ Brown, we've seen it in the past. Obviously, Henry, McCaffrey, we know. So, and Ladd, Ladd was so good last year as the season wore on, and no reason to think that's going to change. So, I really like that middle of the second round. And that's why I don't mind getting like picks 4 through 8 a lot, because you're kind of getting two of those guys.
Yeah. Omega King says a chain over CMC too. I have a lot of I like all the running backs, honestly, in that area. Like I really like them all. So I'm trying to honestly like balance it out a little bit. But no, that definitely happy we got a chain there. Mike Rob, this is hysterical because our parents watch the show a lot. When is Meg and Mama Shoup versus Steve and Papa Shoup draft? Funny you say that, Mike. All 4 of us, our whole entire family, Steve had 16 finals appearances. Steve, myself in the Bulldog, and my mom in the, was it Superflex Pomeranian, Steve?
Yeah.
And my dad in the Poodle? Hound Dog?
Hound Dog, I think. Yeah. One Hound Dog.
Mom, if you're listening, what did Dad jump in chat? What did Dad? No, I think he was Hound Dog, but all 4 of us made the finals. So I tweeted at Underdog that night, and I was like, "Has there ever been a whole entire family made the best ball finals on Underdog?" That was super fun. Let's see. Steve says, "I think 2 and 3 are the worst picks. feel like a cliff at the second round. Yeah, to his point, like as much as I like getting like Chase or Barkley or whoever you want to choose, it's tough because then when it comes back, I do feel like that your third pick isn't as good.
No, I generally agree because you're kind of forcing yourself to take a Garrett Wilson without a quarterback, or like.
Speaking of, we're up after Steph here. So it is the quarterbacks on the board. If you want to go that route, we could certainly do that. So I wouldn't mind doing that here, but it's up to you.
I say let's go Lamar.
Okay, yeah, I'm just looking at my exposures. I know we've done a Lamar draft together. You want to do the Jaden one for fun?
Sure.
Since I only have 6%. Sure. There we go.
Sure.
I'm trying to balance out my elite because I had the most Josh Allen just because he is the one that falls naturally the most. And then I had only had like 6% Lamar.
Unclick Lamar so we don't get both.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, at 38, top of the board, Chase Brown, James Cook, Devonta Smith, Jamison Williams, Zay Flowers, are you going to make me take James Cook? No.
No, I mean, I like Chase Brown. I know some people are worried, but I think both.
I mean, he's the fourth round. It's your fourth round pick at this point.
Also, Smith and Williams are both fine.
Okay, I'm going to put them all in, and we have 22 seconds to decide. So,
I would probably.
I don't have any Devonta Smith yet, but I don't know that I feel like I have to force that now.
I'd probably go Cook or Brown.
All right, I'll let you. I know you love James Cook, even though in the fourth round, I didn't like him in the third round, but in the fourth round, I'm fine with James.
Yeah, let's go with Cook.
Keep that. So, all right, so we started 1-2-1. Jaden Daniels, A-Chain, James. I still third season can't say his name correctly. A-Chan, right?
Sure.
I cannot pronounce it ever. I can't. I don't know why I cannot. There's some names I can never pronounce right. A-Chan. James Cook, Brian Thomas. Okay, so let me bring back over the board and then check in on the chat. Okay. So Steph started Nico, Brock Bowers, Breece Hall, Jamo's my hero. As you could see, I think I had like 20-some%. I absolutely love him. He was my week 17 hero last year. And let's check in other folks in the chat. Omega King is on the clock now. He went Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, Josh Jacobs. He's on the clock. That's fun. Start Vaporware. And then he went Zay Flowers, then Vaporware, Jahmyr Gibbs, Ladd McConkey, DJ Moore. I do like that when you can start like one elite and get the two receivers, especially in this part of the draft. Losimo, Barkley, Higgins, JSN, who obviously could be the solo guy right now, waiting for people to join him. Do you see everybody like with the Jaguars and Seahawks wide receiver rooms doing that like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air gift? Yeah.
I think they're both going to be looking to add, though. Jags do at least have, honestly, some better talent there with Gabe Davis, and even Parker Washington is filled in.
Yeah, and then Legion 13, Jefferson, McBride, Garrett Wilson. He's coming up in a couple here. So, all right, let's see here. Check in on the chat. That's a lot of money in a family day meeting. Yeah, it was fun. It was just a super fun semifinals when we all four of us made the finals. It was awesome. Meg, only 6%. Jaden, can you even call yourself a fan? I know, that's why I had to balance out the exposures. So, and I know Steve and I, this is our 6th big board draft together. And, we're trying to mix it up here, and I'll go look at Best Ball Overlay here in a minute before we come up on the clock again. That certainly helps you mix up your portfolio. Thank good God for Best Ball Overlay. So, that helps. But I honestly like to do a lot of the two mid-round, 2 quarterbacks, 8 through 12, and then like a later one in big board. That's probably my favorite move. Even though, I love all the elite quarterbacks. And then, like I said, I was getting more Josh Allen because he was just sometimes naturally falling. So I'm trying to balance out those elite quarterbacks for sure. So that I can call myself a fan. Go ahead, Steve.
That is the tough thing because look, the elites are great, but as we saw last year, Burrow, who's like a 7th, 8th rounder, Baker, obviously a late rounder, Goff, in the middle rounds. These were some of the heroes you needed.
Yeah.
Particularly in the playoffs, but just throughout. I mean, they were all greatly exceeded their draft position. So
Yeah.
we have no doubt that Lamar and Allen and Hurts and Daniels are going to be studs again. But it's like, if Baker has another great year, even now he's QB 8-9, or somebody in the mid tier, Dak. And 2 years ago, Dak was quarterback 4, so.
RM Covers is in here sick. I think that's the whole family making the finals. Just giving you a hard time. Cheers, go Jaden. Absolutely. It'd be fun to see year 2. Debo now. So we need to maybe look for that. Because if you're at this side of the board, I think it's the other side of the board. It's easier to get McLaurin. Okay, we're coming up. Let me pull over. Okay, let's see here. We were 1 pick away. After our picks, I'll show kind of how I can use Best Ball Overlay. But on the clock right now, Steve, Jordan Addison, Kenneth Walker, George Pickens, Jerry Jeudy. I only have 3% Addison, 6% Pickens, though the quarterback situation there makes me nervous. Thoughts here? I mean, I love Ken Walker, but I do want to get another.
I'd lean Addison, but I mean, I'm fine with Pickens as well. Yeah.
So you lean Addison, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think either Darnold's coming back or JJ McCarthy. I just feel better about the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've seen him 2 straight years, 180 fantasy points, playing in Jefferson's shadow, and with 2 different quarterbacks. So
this is fun. We'll see what happens. Okay. So I queued up Debo. As you can see, I just want to point this out, Steve. Best Ball Overlay, use code Fanspeak for $10 off. Jaden is highlighted purple because he's our first quarterback. Debo's highlighted. So it just points out your stacks. Yeah. You want to go Debo here?
Yep. Yeah.
My first Debo share, and that's super fun since it's on a Jaden team. So, okay. And then let me show a couple other features of Best Ball Overlay. Again, bestballoverlay.com. You have a whole back end where you can kind of see your portfolio, see combinations, but they now have the combination tool here. So as you can see, it has Jaden Daniels. I pull it up and I can see, obviously, for the few shares that I have, 100% Zach Ertz, or I have a lot of 100% that because I believe it's just 2 drafts. So because I have 30 completed that I think this is counting. So it shows the ones that I drafted, in both the other drafts, and then a couple that I drafted, obviously, in 1 out of 2. So it really, when you are going through guys, let's see, a guy like James Cook, 13%, the guys that have a higher percent, then you can see the combinations you have just to kind of mix up the combinations. This was huge for me. Brian Thomas, I only have 2 shares of Brian Thomas. This will be the 3rd. So same kind of thing. But yeah, once you get deeper into it, have more shares, it's really, really helpful to say, oh, wow, I had no idea that I, have, 15 shares of this guy, and, 8 of them are over half are, I've drafted this guy, whether it's early, mid round, late round, it's very, very helpful. It helped me last year. I really, really wanted to do a lot of the double anchor builds. And in doing that, I use Best Ball Overlay to just help me kind of go through and check all my combinations. Like, do I have, I would just go through all the different combinations of the running backs in the first 5 rounds. And sure enough, I did a hyper fragile build with 3 running backs to start with. In 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round, I got Barkley, Henry, and Jacobs. And that was unique for me, but Best Ball Overlay helped me do that. So highly recommend, if you have a big portfolio this spring and summer, to use Best Ball Overlay. Again, $10 off with code Fanspeak. And as you can see, it highlights, gives you the percentages, highlights the stacks. And then once we get the schedule, it'll show bringbacks for playoff correlation and everything. So very, very, very helpful. Let me go over to the other screen.
Just want to remind everyone that if we get a couple more likes, we will do a second draft tonight.
Yes. So. Steve wants to do a second draft, so help him out here.
Yeah, let's go.
Steve, we did a short, in our show yesterday, we talked about Caleb Johnson falling. He fell, just to 69. So, but you talked about how you're buying the dip there. Art Houston, who Omega King mentioned was a regular grabbed Caleb. So, and then he got Luther Burden, who's one of your favorite picks on the board. So that's fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love both those picks. I don't think Caleb Johnson's combine's really going to affect him. I think he's still a top 50 draft pick, probably walking into a starting role. And yeah, you're getting a really good back.
Yeah, King of Kings, our guy Frank in here helping us out. 32 subs away for a $500 giveaway party. $500 worth of giveaways. When we hit 500 subs, only 32 subs away. Tell a friend, help us get here. Historical see my pronunciation, anomalies. I have to do like red leather, yellow leather. Nope, can't do it. Very helpful tool. He's talking about best ball overlay. So yep. That's awesome. All right, we're about to come back up and then I'll check in on the chat again here. So, so we are through 6 rounds, have 1, 2, 3, and we're up at 83. I'm pulling this over, Steve, so we can see the top of the board. So up into Jaden, Achan Cook, Brian Thomas Jr., Jordan Addison, Deebo Samuel.
What other receivers are available?
Yeah, so top of the board, McMillan, Downs, and Cup a little further down. Yeah, we kind of got past some of the running backs we like, obviously. We are on the clock now, by the way.
I like Pollard or TJ Hawkinson, though, we already have Addison, so...
I mean, we could build out. Well, we don't know who's going to be the. You want to take Pollard first?
Let's go Pollard.
Okay. Yeah, if Downs, good pick by Steph. If Downs was still there, I would have said
Downs
that.
Would have been
great. Yeah. Got. What about if McMillan falls back to us? It's a little fall. I mean, I understand with the whole Godwin likely coming back thing.
Yeah, I just right now I'm not taking McMillan.
Okay, he went. Okay, let's just double check again. 1, 3, 3, 1. I assume we'll maybe look to queue up Trevor Lawrence. I probably need some more Trevor Lawrence shares. So do you want to take Hawkinson just for team correlation? No, we didn't. I'm sorry. We did not get, no, we did get Jordan Addison. I'm sorry.
He's gone.
He's gone. Okay. I don't like anything. Okay. Quick.
I like Mooney. But I know it's a bit of a reach. But yeah, right now I'm not taking Cup until I see where he's landing.
Yeah. What about Warren here?
I mean, Steelers are adding him back. I just don't. I'd rather take Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is the better play.
Okay, it's only 2 seconds. We're going to take Mooney.
The tough thing with Warren, look, I like Warren, and this is an okay area for him, but you do have guys below him, like Aaron Jones is almost assuredly going to outscore him. Like Warren is not going to be like a 200-point guy. I mean, Aaron Jones has gotten 200 points just about every year. And same with wherever Najee Harris lands, same with Rico Dowd. If he gets a decent enough landing spot, those guys will almost assuredly outscore Jalen Warren, who is probably like a 150s type fantasy point output. So, of course, if everything goes well, injuries ahead of them, stuff like that, maybe they lean on him more, but I think the Steelers are bringing in somebody, either a free agent like a Rico Dowd or somebody like that, or more likely a draft.
Yeah. Okay. Let's answer a couple of questions in the chat and answer quickly so we can get to a couple of them. How we feel about Pittman? Thoughts on this from Green Bean?
Yeah, I mean, Pittman's tough. It's a team with the questionable quarterback situation and 4 receivers for 3 spots. And probably not going to throw a ton and kind of inefficient. What you could get in a Dino trade, I'm not entirely sure. I honestly would probably be selling on him, but I don't know what proper value would be.
Yeah. Again, best ball overlay code Fanspeak, historical anomalies was saying how slick it is. Good to see Boogie in chat. Always good to see you. He said we're live. Let's go, Meg.
We might be doing another draft. So
yeah, I was gonna say hopefully we're doing another draft. I'll check on where we're at in a minute. So yeah, if we hit 30 likes, if you like this episode, if we hit 30 likes, we're doing another draft. Who hands anybody else like Hawkinson straight up over Laporta? Thoughts, Steve?
I don't know about straight up, but I like the discount. 2-round discount. Sure, I'll take it.
Gruff said any date on the best ball package launch. Yes, we are going to have a best ball subscription. I'm trying to box out your parents to be the first subscriber. Yes, we are having launching a best ball subscription, but we are doing a lot of web updates now, fun stuff. So need to see where that goes, when that gets completed first. Definitely this spring, but TBD. Hopefully later this month or early April at the latest. Okay, let me bring this over. And let's see here. We are 2 picks away, Steve. So we are 1 pick away. Steph is on the clock. We're at 107, 110, 134. I queued up Lawrence for later, though I don't know if he'll fall back to us. But I don't know that we have to reach for him either. So anyways, at the top of the board, Pittman, who you just talked about. And then we've got the, okay, we're on the clock. Charbonnet, Dobbins, Najee in this range.
So I'd go Dobbins, Najee, or Bateman.
Okay, let me cue first of all to do this. I would like to get a little more. I'm higher on Najee than sorry, I just had to pick it because I'm higher on Najee than Dobbins. Do you think Dobbins is going back to Chargers?
I do. And I think they'll bring somebody in. I don't think Monty Vidal is going to be their number 2 option, but I think if they re-sign Dobbins, they might be okay with just like a 3rd round running back or something like that.
I mean, we're not going to reach on Lawrence. If he falls back to us, he falls back to us. So do you want to just take Bateman here?
Yeah, Bateman or Mims.
Oh, yeah, I do like Mims. Okay, so this is what's so great about the tool. I have about the same. I have 13% Mims, 16% Bateman. So I'll let you choose. And it also shows the dollar amount spent too, which is really cool. Because as we get through in different price points, that's going to be really helpful. So I'll let you choose.
Oh, it's tough.
Do we have any team correlation? Denver, Baltimore? No. Okay.
Go Mims.
Okay. I'm surprised. I thought you were going to go Bateman on that one.
I like Bateman more, but I think Mims is the better upside play.
Yeah. Speaking of upside plays, I'm going to throw in something for later in case he falls. Let's throw in our favorite guys that we draft too much.
To be honest, probably.
He just went. He literally. I queued up Travis Hunter and he went. And then the next pick.
Probably a draft where we got like 8 people watching. Queuing up is not going to get people to fall to us.
That is true. I am not slick in that regard at all. Okay, bringing back over the board. So yeah, we went Najee and Mims with our last 2 picks. Steph went Pittman, Charbonnet, last 2, Omega King, Jordan Love, Tucker Kraft. Nice little stack there. Vaporware, Justin Herbert. He took Bateman, like that. You got Matthew Golden, who's been a riser. I like that a lot. Losimo just got ETN and Kirk, who is now a Houston Texan. I mean, the news is just so fun to keep up with right now. And we have Legion 13 on the clock, who just had gotten Purdy, who I'm trying to get more of because he had Pearsall earlier. And yeah, he had here Pearsall earlier. So I love getting Purdy in that range. And then Trey Harris, Drake May. Ooh, I like the one spot. Drake May, Dak Prescott. That's a fun quarterback combo. That's why I say I love, don't get me wrong, I love the 4 elite quarterbacks, but this range here of, we're just starting the 11th round. But I mean, look at these quarterbacks, Baker, Caleb, Goff, Love, Herbert. I mean, I didn't mention even, no, I missed one. Kyler, Drake May, Dak Prescott, like this range. And then there's, Trevor Lawrence. Like there's so many in here. We did a show on it earlier in the here in the winter. You could check it out. It's a mid-round quarterback show. But I mean, this is just loaded. I love getting like 2 of these guys. I've even done some where I've done 3 from rounds like 8 through 13.
Well, and just to me as well. And just to reiterate, like we've seen it with these guys, like Baker last year, Kyler. Before his knee injury a couple of years ago, he had multiple years where he was a top 5 quarterback, top 6 quarterback. Caleb, we haven't seen it, but we know the upside there. Jared Goff last year. Brock Purdy's been top 10 both of these past 2 years. Justin Herbert, his first couple of years in the league, guy was just slinging it. He finished 3rd one year, I think 5th another year. Jordan Love was, I think, 6th last year, not especially the year prior. So,
Dak was what was Dak last year or 2 years ago? Sorry.
Yeah, I think
the year before. Yeah.
So it's just we've seen it from these guys, so it's not unreasonable
Okay.
that we could see it again.
Okay, up and two, everything we wanted is gone.
Yeah.
We're in a very sharp room, so I'm not surprised at all. So 1, 4, 5, which we've talked about how much we like those kind of starts, but I am bummed out that we did not get any of some of our favorites like Cam Scadaboo, which we have an obsessive amount, or Travis Hunter, who we've been trying to get more of. We are on the clock. Did you want to look? Nah, I don't want to. I know you actually. I know you like Likely.
I saw Michael Penix on the list. We have Mooney, right?
Yes, thank you. Yes. You want to go ahead and get Penix as our second?
Take Penix, yeah, and then we can see about.
Yep.
The guy I would recommend taking. Look, I like Likely, but I would take Dalton Kincaid.
I don't want to.
I mean, I do believe he was dealing with a lot of injuries last year. Those reports during the season and definitely after the season.
Yeah, this is not a receiver range I like at all.
The only one there I like is Hollywood Brown.
You want to reach on Samson for a fun rookie?
No.
I'm just trying to. I have no shares of Dalton Kincaid, as you can see. All right, we can do it. Sure, you don't want more Likely?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Likely, but I'm taking a fair amount of Dalton Kincaid.
I mean, we have James Cook too. So team stacking. We talk about team stacking all the time. Let's do it. I'll get my first Dalton Kincaid share here.
Potentially very significant pieces of the Bills' offense is great. Look, it would be a piece of the Ravens' offense. I get it, but yeah, I don't think Kincaid's a bad pick in this area.
Okay, we really don't have. Well, I mean, we could take our first JJ McCarthy share. Or if you think, what do you think is going to happen with this Viking stuff? Like this seems odd to me that there are like significant rumors that they may try to. Like, how likely do you think it is that they re-sign? Because I haven't taken JJ McCarthy for the very reason. What if they know something we don't, and he's, slowly heal? His healing's going slow, or they want to give him like a 2-year, 3-year Jordan Love treatment or something like that. It seems odd to me that they didn't franchise tag Darnold, but yet there were significant rumors from like Adam Schefter that they may try to sign him to like.
Well, and that's actually the thing, because if they did franchise tag him, you could say that some of these rumors were just smoke to try and get somebody to trade for him off the franchise tag. But because they didn't, he's going to be a free agent in a couple of days if they don't work something out. So that means like these rumors are legit. They're nothing to do with a trade. So yeah, I do kind of wonder, and I think people should keep in mind, unlike the rest of essentially, Caleb Williams, but JJ McCarthy was super young last year. He's only like 22 right now.
Yeah, he's 22 right now.
He's not, like a lot of the quarterbacks who went last year, and also why they probably had some early success, like Daniels, Penix, Nix, like they're much older. So you could sit on another year from McCarthy. Now, Darnold, I think, is going to want at least 2 kind of guaranteed years.
I was going to say he has to want at least 2 guaranteed years.
So we'll see. And what they could say, the tough thing I think for the Vikings is they know their windows now. I mean, this team, you have Jefferson, Hawkinson, Addison. That's about as good as it gets when it comes to receiver and tight end. I think they can. Their offensive line's pretty strong. They need like one additional piece, but overall their O line's very strong. They're going to have some core defensive players. They need to re-sign a couple, but their windows now, and it's a tough thing. And it's not the exact same as the Rams situation, but sure, the Rams wanted a lower cap number for Stafford, I'm sure, but at the same time, it's a playoff team.
All right, let me get to the chat really quick. Always good to see disbanded brotherhood and here at the period. And then Albog says Denver will bring in another wide receiver. Mims is tough. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that a little bit more. Saw a mock with Warren to Denver. I assume Tyler Warren as Peyton's Taysom. That would be fun. Absolutely. Kincaid fake news. All those injuries. It did say, that his down season was because of injuries. And Steph got sniped on Stroud. All right, let me go back to the board here. We are on the clock. Let me switch this back. Sorry, Steve. Okay, so We are at 155. I queued up. Do you want a falling Evan Ingram? Where do you think he'll land?
No,
Okay.
I would not take him at all.
Okay, so quickly.
Jerome Ford.
What about Jalen Wright? Oh no, that we have a hand. That's a handcuff. Shit.
Yeah,
I don't like Ford.
I take Ford.
I don't like it. Okay, we took Ford. All right.
What's the tight end looking like, other than Evan Ingram?
Why, you don't think Ingram's going to get a good landing spot?
I don't think there's any guarantee of it. I think he's being way overdrafted without knowing what his role is.
I mean, we're at 158 now.
I still think he's being way overdrafted. I can name 6 tight ends below him that are including Naughton, that are guaranteed for much better roles.
All right, we're up in 1. We got to decide something here.
Well, I mean,
do we want to? If you think Darnold, that's like it's like a 10 spot reach though. But he's probably not going to fall back.
Yeah,
Take
he won't come back to us.
Your Adam Thielen fan club.
I mean, we could take Darnold, and look, you can say it's a reach, whatever. Like, he's starting. Like, there are guys below him that are not going to be starting.
And if he does go back to Minnesota, we have the stack too. So.
Exactly. And not to say that they're not necessarily going to start, but guys like even Carr, though I think Carr is safer than the others, but Rodgers, Wilson, Cousins, it was just reported Cousins might not pick a team till after the draft.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get what happened to him last year. Yeah. So just go ahead, and then I want.
Well, and it's just like Russ. If Russ is the starter in Oakland or with the Raiders, like they still could draft somebody in the second round. So it's just. We just don't know. I like Darnold. I think he's going to give us.
I like Darnold a lot. Yeah, he's starting somewhere.
Game starter.
Yeah, exactly. So 3-5-5-1. We got our 3 stacks: Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, Sam Darnold, a chain, James Cook, Tony Pollard, Najee Harris, Jerome Ford. That one I didn't love, but what don't you think? Cleveland's going to draft someone. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me finish reading. BTJ, Jordan Addison stacked, Debo stacked, Mooney stacked. Marvin Mims and Dalton Kincaid obviously stacked up with James Cook as like a team stack. James Cook was the only pick I do not like so far.
Well, you mentioned Ford also. The thing with Ford is...
Sorry, I meant Jerome Ford. Yeah. I'm on board with the James Cook where we got him. And so.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the running backs are gone, Chubb, Foreman, etc. And it's Ford we've seen, he's effective out of the backfield. He's like a better, or roughly the same version of Jaylen Warren, and you're getting him 4 rounds later, 5 rounds later. I mean, he's probably not an every down back, but he's been very capable these past 2 years in kind of filling in and sharing the role with Kareem Hunt 2 years ago and sharing the role last year kind of with Chubb and everyone.
Mega King agrees. I like Ford.
Yeah. And I'm sure they will add somebody, but they're not obviously adding somebody in the first round. And, even if they draft somebody.
2 week 17s, that's a good point.
Yeah. Even if they draft somebody in the second round, maybe they stay in state for one of the Ohio State guys. But it's just I think Ford's pretty safe, pretty solid there.
I gotta check out. Steph's got some majorly sniped. Okay, so she obviously had Nico at 10. And then it was coming around, and CJ Stroud got taken at the turn there. So she got Anthony Richardson. She has Goff from earlier, because that's right, she got JMO, which I really like that a lot. So she has Anthony Richardson, Cam Ward, who now I feel more comfortable drafting Cam Ward. I mean, it felt like you didn't know which rookie felt like they're going to be a starter. I mean, he's going to go top 3, so he's going to be a starter.
I mean, right now, and it will change some, but right now, Cam Ward is my 3rd highest drafted quarterback at like 23%, because I just know he's going to be a starter.
I didn't know that. I don't have much of I
just know he's going to be a starter, and
I need to start drafting more.
Sure, like I'm taking rookies and maybe a giant, maybe a whatever, but if I don't get a stack, I don't care. Like for my 3rd quarterback, or good second quarterback, I'm not going to care too much. And I think he's a good starter, in this league.
Yeah. Okay, so we are up in 2. Let me share this tab and let's take a look. Oh my goodness, your guy Adam Thielen might fall all the way back.
Steph might take him.
Oh, Steph might take him. That's right. We're at 179 here, Steve. So we're done at quarterback, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
At top of the board, Adam receivers, Adam Thielen, Restrepo. I know we like Royals a lot. And Batch and Noel too. We just talked about these rookies. They're on your rookie draft list. So Steph goes Royals, great, which is a great pick. Like that a lot.
Let's go Thielen. And then,
I mean, I wouldn't mind going back-to-back receivers here and getting one of these because they're not going to be here. They're not going to come back to us. Unless you see something you really like. Though we do have Ertz. Who's likely going to go back to Washington.
Yeah.
So I'd say Ertz, these two rookie receivers, or we only need one more running back, so I don't think we have to force.
I think we wait on running back.
Yeah, definitely. So I say one of these two rookie receivers or Ertz. Your call. I have 16% Ertz, 10% Noel, 23% but Jack Betch. We are on the clock. They took Restrepo.
I'd go Noel.
Yeah, I'm only at 10% him. Let's do that. I like both Noel and Betch, but I like that. Okay, good. I'm kind of glad. Yeah, we got our 7th receiver there. So 3, 5, 7, 1. I mean, I've always been kind of a late round tight end girl. We got Dalton Kincaid at 134.
Yeah, we have a solid tight end, and Kincaid. We invested a little bit in the tight end position, so that's why I didn't feel the need for Ertz there.
Okay, let me go back, share the whole board, and let's see what the chat is doing. Oh, Steph got Royals and Jack Betch. I like that a lot. Very nice. Let's look at last couple of picks. Mega King got Io Manor, Ollie Gordon, who he's been following, but I mean, at that value, that's nice to get Ollie Gordon at 186, right? Yeah. Where do you think Vaporware goes? Justin Fields on the clock now. Jaden Higgins around before that. We like him a lot. Another rookie receiver, likely. Probably Higgins will probably go 2nd round in the NFL draft, right, Steve?
Yeah, no, and I think the other interesting thing with Higgins and Trey Harris is their ability to play the X role is key, because DK Metcalf's an X receiver, but these other free agents, Darius Slayton's an X receiver, but that's about it. Like, most of these other free agents are not going to fill that role, and a lot of teams need that. And especially at the back half of the draft, it's probably early for them, but maybe in a situation where they trade back to the late 1st round or early 2nd round, teams like the Chargers, the Bills, the Packers, all these teams could use an X receiver, and you just could. Chiefs very well could as well. So you just have some potentially good landing spots where either they sneak into the 1st round or did what the Bills did a year ago and trade out of the 1st round into the early 2nd.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So just want to see what the rest of the chat was doing. So that was Omega King, Io Manor, Ollie Gordon, Vaporware, Justin Fields, Javonte Higgins. You were talking about Jaden Higgins. But then he went Justin Fields, Javonte Williams. It's going to be fun to see where Justin Fields, if he stays in Pittsburgh, which sounds like the rumor, Losimo, Braylon Allen, Matthew Stafford, Legion 13, Damian Martinez, Jackson Dart, who is moving up boards and certainly could be drafted in the 1st round now. So let's see, chat, checking with chat before we look at the board. Stephen WC says the snipe person the snipe person who sniped Steph did get Dalton Schultz. King says round 15 to start taking rookies. Yeah, you can definitely hit some rookies here for sure. What do you think of Brashard Smith? I see he was drafted in round 15. You can answer that one while I pull up.
Yeah, I mean, 15 is probably a little rich for me, but I like him. He's a guy I typically like targeting in the last couple of rounds because I think he was a receiver for most of his college career. He transferred to SMU and just kind of dominated this past year running back. They had other running backs. People thought it was going to be a mixed backfield, and he just took it over and helped SMU in their playoff run.
Did Zach Ertz retire or something? Why did he follow? I didn't miss any news, did I?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, that was awesome. Okay, 3, 5, 7, 2. Done at quarterback. One more running back. One more receiver. One more tight end. This is perfect. Who do you like at the top of the tight end board?
No one.
I know. You like Arroyo.
Yeah, but
for later. I meant just queuing up.
Let's look at running back and receiver because we're up.
Yeah. I don't have any Savion Williams, and he was the one that you originally said is like really raw, but then you said if he's used in the like as a running back too, it could be interesting. Should I take a share there?
I'm not sure I love him in this kind of build.
Why in this type of build? You just want a more solid like spike receiver?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of good
I don't
options.
like anything else here. Really.
Hold on.
It's not looking good. There's no, unless you want to take Tolbert. Okay, Savion Williams just went anyways. I mean, receivers looking ugly. I mean, I think
Slayton's running back real quick just to see if anyone fell. Justice Hill, but I mean, we can take Tolbert. I like Tolbert.
Yeah, let's running or receivers getting picked over pretty good. Some of those like later 18th round receivers I used to get, like Slayton and some rookies are now not there anymore.
Yeah.
Because some of the rookies who fell, like Tez Johnson, are there now, and I'm not as interested in that anymore. So I'm glad we're done at quarterback, done at receiver. Need one more running back, one more tight end with our last two picks. Who was the running back, Steve, that you mentioned on the show? Taj Brooks. I've taken him like once. Do you still like him as like a flyer?
I do. I think NFL teams are going to like him a lot more than like the draft community will. And look, he actually tested really well. So I think there's a lot to like with this game. I think I've compared it to Kyron Williams. He's going to be on the field all three downs. He's a great pass blocker, solid out of the backfield, good vision, just kind of all around good back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still probably a day 3 guy, but I really think he sneaks into round 4 when people probably earlier thought he was like a 6th round pick. I think he sneaks into round 4. And I think,
I'm sorry, we got 33 likes, so we're doing another draft. Okay, I had to check. I was like, wait, it didn't update. It was at like 20-some. And I was like, need a few more here in the last couple of rounds. But no, you guys came through. We have 33 likes. We're doing a second big board. So as soon as we counted, as soon as we finish this one, we'll quickly go through the teams so that we can do another big board. This is fun. Vaporware says, you forced me to take Brooks early.
Yep. Well, I'll say Meg forced you because I would have been quiet on my affection for him.
Back to back. That's right. Omega King. Absolutely. I like it. Okay. What do we got here for last couple rounds? So Vaporware, 2 fun rookies, Harold Fannin Jr., Taj Brooks, Mega King, Shador Sanders, Jatavion Sanders, double Sanders pick there. Lalsamo, Matthew Stafford, Tyler Higbee, coming around Jackson Dart, and then Tutu, who re-signed with the Rams.
They're giving him $10 million. It's a good bet to
follow the money. Yeah.
And especially a guy, most of these drafts are not taking him, so he's going to be well under 100% owned.
Yeah. That's something to keep in mind with these big board drafts too. We always talk about with BBM or time box tournaments, it's total ownership. And because what do you think the total owner? Zach Ertz was a week 17 hero for both of us, you in the big board and me in the Bulldog. We both had him, ironically.
Yeah.
And swaying out that Washington game. And we both ironically had McLaurin, who did nothing. So it was so wild. Yeah. Oh, there goes Brenton Strange. I'm surprised he didn't go earlier, actually. 222.
Yeah, I was hoping he was coming back. I was trying to stay quiet.
Be quiet. Okay, let's pull this up. We're up in 3 here. So
I wouldn't take Keontae Mitchell.
Why don't you like him? Like, he was coming off the injury last year. Wouldn't he be like a second year removed from the injury? Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, Justice Hill's better than him. So I mean, they just trust Justice Hill more.
He was explosive. He was so explosive that first year.
And then they went out and signed Derrick Henry, and
that's their bell cow. Okay, well now we have nobody queued up. Okay, tight ends: Theo Johnson, Juwan Johnson, Mason Taylor. Okay.
Or Mason Taylor, if you like Mason Taylor.
I don't have any Mason Taylor shares, and you just talked about him. So can we take? Do you feel strong enough with Kincaid and Ertz to take a rookie?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then.
No, my thing on Keontae and Mitchell is we're talking. He's a late round guy, extremely small. I know he's explosive, but is he ahead of Rashid Ali? I mean, we don't know.
I think know so. He was coming in last year at the end of the year.
No.
Yes, he was. Didn't he? I believe he was, Steve.
I think week 18 he got a couple snaps, but
You
pretty
have to
sure.
pull up Keedy. Oh, damn, Shifley just went. Okay. I don't
I
know
like
here
Jordan
for.
James.
I haven't taken him at all yet. Do you like him
And
better than ETN?
yeah.
I like Keaton Mitchell better than him. You want to do Jordan James?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It'll be a 3-6-8-3 then, which is typical for what we both usually like to do in the big board drafts, since we don't know bye weeks, obviously. Okay, let's see how the draft finishes out, and then we'll quickly go through the teams before we start the second draft. So let me pull up the board, finishing out here. So Steph is getting a lot of these good rookies. She got Arroyo and then Michael Mayer, who looks like he's on the move. So should have a bigger role since he's right. Aren't they talking about him on the move potentially?
I mean, potentially they're
Michael
shopping
Mayer?
him, whether some team, yes,
Or
whether some team
yeah.
will trade for him, we'll see. But yeah, no, I think he's fine.
Yeah. And then Omega King is coming up. Marshawn Lloyd waiting for his last pick. And then let's see. Yeah, and then the other last picks here at the very end with Vaporware at 5, Losimo at 3, Legion 13 at 2. So Omega King got Marshawn Lloyd, Devon Vele, nice pick from Denver, second year guy. Vaporware, Jarquez Hunter, and Curtis Samuel. So that's not. I don't know a lot about Jarquez Hunter.
Yeah, Auburn running back. Kind of in that final tier of backs. Could he go 4th round, 5th round, 6th round? We'll see. Tested pretty well. Productive at Auburn. It's just, as we say a lot, this is just such a deep running back class. Last year, he clearly was a top 10 back. I mean, he's, it's just so deep this year. So, but yeah, I mean, that's the types of guys I don't mind taking some flyers on. Same with Ty Felton.
I heard Andrew talking about him in the show yesterday.
I'm a big fan of his game, and so I don't mind taking some shots on him and see if he sneaks into the 3rd, 4th round and gets a good solid landing spot.
Legion 13 got Chig with his 19th round and is making his last pick now. And then we can quickly look at the teams before we jump in another one. Roman Wilson. I was like 20% Roman Wilson last year. And that did not work. But you know what? It could work this year. You never know, All right, let's go here and review it really quick and before we jump in another one. Let's see here. I was in Emo Cowboys live draft, so that's how I labeled it. Emo Cowboy live draft from March 3rd. Okay, here is our drafts. We'll just go through ours quickly. 3-6-8-3. Needed another, stick to our Washington fan roots here, another Jaden team. As you can see, Best Ball Overlay tells you the percent, shows you the stacks. So Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, Sam Darnold, Devon Achane, James Cook, Tony Pollard, Najee, Jerome Ford, Jordan James to finish out the running back room, BTJ, Jordan Addison, Deebo Samuel, Darnell Mooney, those 3 all stacked. Well, depends with Darnold, depends with Darnold. Marvin Mibbs, Adam Thielen, Jalen Noel, Jalen Tolbert, Dalton Kincaid, Zach Ertz fell back to us, which was really fun, and Mason Taylor, a rookie that Steve is, liking to get late in drafts. So I like the team overall. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, no, I think it's balanced like we like. Potentially 3 stacks if Darnold stays, and if not, I'm a-okay with how we handled it. And yeah, I just think it's well balanced. Some rookie upside, but some veterans at every position that we feel comfortable with, and also some value in where we got them. Like for instance, Ertz falling like he did.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. Let's quickly check in on chat, then quickly go through the teams so that we can, get into another draft here. Paul says he loves where Jerome Ford goes, and his candidate for this year is Tua. So Chuba Hubbard. So yeah, no, I like hearing that after getting a share of him. Omega King says it has to be ahead of Ali. I agree with that, Steve. So we'll see. I do want some shares. Thoughts on Isaac to Tesla, right?
Yeah, I mean, he had an incredible combine. It'll be interesting to see where he gets drafted. I don't think in the top 3 rounds. Maybe some team just totally falls in love with him, but he's definitely a fun player. And you love seeing the athletic numbers that he had. Probably going to be the type of guy who's like a core special teamer and maybe down the road develop into something a bit more.
Yeah,
I'd guess 5th, 6th round NFL draft.
Okay. Steph is talking about Michael Mayer. Yes, trade candidate, so could get some more work. And that was her first share. So that's super fun. Omega King taking some Ty Felton lead too. I need to take some shares there. I like 4 to 8 ADP too from DJ Quill. Okay, let's caught up on the chat. Let's go through the other people in chat quickly. Legion 13 at the 2 position, 3782. Purdy, McCarthy, Jackson Dart, Omarion Hampton. Love that pick. I want more. I have quite a bit of Hampton, but I think he's going first round to a good playoff team. So I love that pick. Aaron Jones, Devin Neal, Dylan Sampson, a lot of rookies here, but I love the rookies. He got Garendo and DJ Giddens and Damian Martinez, and then receiver, and he did go 7 running backs. Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Reed, Trey Harris, Tutu Atwell, Roman Wilson is the last pick, and Trey McBride and Chiga Conquo. I like this draft a lot. I love this rookie. He's leaning into the rookie running back class, and he took 7 running backs total.
Yeah.
Obviously has his stacks with Purdy, and obviously Jefferson. Provided that hopefully McCarthy can start for the Vikings and everything. So I like this team a lot. He's got some fun rookies on here.
Yeah. Well, and the top of his receiver room, the first 5 are so good. And so he takes some shots late, which is how you do it. And if those pan out as well, boy, like Tutu and Roman, they could both be number 2 receivers on their team. So I just love that kind of build. And if they fail, or if the Rams and Steelers start bringing in other guys, like, so what? His first 5 receivers are so strong. So I like doing it like that.
Absolutely. So very fun to really like Legion 13. So third spot was Losimo 3683. I don't know if he was in chat, but I know he's been in several drafts with us. Mm-hmm. So we'll just go through it quickly. Jalen Hurts, Geno Smith, Matthew Stafford, Saquon Barkley, stacked with Hurts. I always like that, soaking up all the touchdown equity. Jalen Warren, Travis Etienne, Corum, Braylon Allen, Kendre Miller, T. Higgins, JSN, obviously more prominent role now, potentially Chris Olave, Chris Godwin, Amika Mbuka, Christian Kirk, who just got moved to Texans today, Xavier Legette, he's the one who drafted Ty Felton late, Goddard stacked with Hurts, Ferguson and Higbee stacked with Stafford, and then JSN stacked with Geno. A lot of team stacking here, with his running backs, including Barkley and Corum, and then, getting some tight end stacks. So I like this team a lot too. Some of the later, running backs aren't ones that I go to a lot, but I still like this team. I like this team a good bit.
Well, and clearly one with the hero build, take Barkley and then just hopefully fill in the rest of the position with some upside plays. So
absolutely.
We're never a big fan of total 0 running backs. So it's like hero or something like that. And that's how I like to do it when I go that route is get your hero and then take the shots.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. We have at the 5 spot, Vaporware 3683. Oh, that's a fun quarterback room. Justin Herbert, Tua, Justin Fields, who's sounding more and more like he'll stay with the Steelers. Gibbs, Chase Brown, Rashad White, Javonte Williams, Taj Brooks, who he sniped from us. No, I'm just kidding. Jarquez Hunter, who you talked about. Ladd McConkey stacked with Herbert. DJ Moore, Jalen Waddle stacked with Tua. Matthew Golden, who I know you're very high on, Rashad Bateman, who we passed on, and he took great pick. Hollywood Brown, Jaden Higgins, who I know you're very high on as well. And we talked about her in the draft. Curtis Samuel, Sam Laporta, Jonnu Smith stacked with Tua, and Harold Fannin. So I got some nice stacks, and there's a lot of guys in each of his rooms that I like a lot, and then especially anchored by Gibbs and Chase Brown. I think that's really fun. And I love the quarterback stacks.
I consider that which is typically how I like to draft, a really balanced team, strong. There's strength at every position. You can't really point to one and being like, oh, that's a real weak spot. Yeah. And tight ends, Laporta and Jonnu, boy, those guys could oscillate and really get you through a lot. And then Fannin, kind of
that's a fun rookie shot.
Rookie upside. So
Yeah. Absolutely. So that was fun. Then we have Omega King at the 7th spot, 3773. Jordan Love, Bryce Young, Shedeur Sanders. That's a fun quarterback room as well. Josh Jacobs stacked up with Jordan Love, James Conner, Tyrone Tracy, DeAndre Swift, Trey Benson, Ollie Gordon, Marshawn Lloyd, ASB, AJ Brown, Zay Flowers, Jacoby Myers, Dontavian Wicks stacked with Love, Io Manor, Devon Vele, George Kittle, Tucker Kraft, and Jatavion Sanders. Stacked with, so obviously Kraft stacked up. I like how he stacked up Jordan Love. That's like one of my favorite things to do is stack it at all three positions, running back, receiver, tight end. So Lovely did that with Jordan Love. And then, you're anchored by George Kittle, and then you stack up Kraft and Jatavion Sanders. I think that's really fun to do with the tight end position too. I like because he obviously kind of did the anchor build, then he drafted 7 running backs. So I like this too. This is going to be, and I know I like Steph's team. We haven't gotten to it yet. So this is a tough room.
Very, very tough room. I mean, I'm glad 3 are advancing. Not sure what 3 is going to be.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what 3 is going to be because we haven't gotten to Steph's team, but I like this team as well. Mega King. So that was fun. Okay. Super Shorty. That's Steph at the 10th spot. 3683. Jared Goff, Anthony Richardson, Cam Ward. Keep in mind, we talked during the draft. She got sniped on Stroud. Yes. Thank you. Cause she has Nico. And then we talked about how you liked getting Cam Ward. He's going to be a starter for sure. So, Breece Hall, Travion Henderson. That's a fun one. I have 16% and I want more. Zach Charbonnet, Ray Davis, Raheem Sanders, Justice Hill, and then Nico Collins, Jamison Williams, Juwan Jennings, Jameson stacked with Goff, Juwan Jennings, Josh Downs stacked with Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman, Keon Coleman, Jalen, and some really fun rookie shots. Jalen Royals, Jack Betch, Brock Bowers, nice, awesome, obviously anchor tight end there. And then a fun rookie shot with Elijah Royal, and then a fun free agent shot, could be on the move, getting more work shot with Michael Mayer. So, geez, this is, I like this team too.
A lot of upside on that team. I like that.
Yeah, a lot of upside on this team for sure. Definitely some of my favorites on this one.
Steph's not afraid of Mitchell, that's for sure.
What's that?
Steph's not afraid of Mitchell taking Justice Hill.
Oh, that's right. Yes, absolutely. Still debating me on that one, huh? Okay. Fanspeak trivia of the evening when Andrew's telling me he spent 3 straight weekends watching Spice Girls and Spice Girls. I'm sure Andrew and hopefully Andrew and Bruni are tuning in for this. Ginger Spice, can you blame him? Oh my gosh, too funny. I take both some, assume
probably Ali not Ali, Mitchell and
yes. Yeah. But yes, Justice Hill and Keaton Mitchell. So all right, let's go. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone because let me peek in first. That way, if we are if the room's totally filled, then I'll just get out. So let me peek in, and then if there's a bunch, then I'll tell y'all to join if you want to join us. So we're about to start our second draft. I'm peeking in now. I'm going to get out because there's only a couple more to start. So
let's wait a couple minutes. But no, this is fun. I like doing second draft and it's fun to have so many people in the draft with you.
Oops, it started. So, okay, I'm getting another one. So everybody jump in now. 11 more. So if you want in with us, jump in, and I'm going to have to draft one on my phone.
There we go. It's going to go real well, guys.
I mean, yeah, see, 2 of 12 filled. This is the one that's going to be the show draft. What one is mine? Oh boy, this isn't going to go well at all. I'm in the 2 spot. Okay, so either get Chase or Barkley. Great. We've made the first pick. Okay. If anybody wants to join us for a second draft, we are waiting
Anyone's
on
in the other draft, you're getting plus EV.
Yeah. And if anybody's in the draft where I peeked my head in, you're definitely getting plus EV on that draft. Absolutely.
Yeah. Waiting on 7 people. So come on.
Okay.
Come on down.
Yeah, Mitchell and Hill. Felix on my way. Let's go. Felix, the Millie Maker winner. We always love drafting with Felix. I love it. Yeah, double table. Fantasy Football Garage. Always good to see you in here. Yes, I am multi-tabling it for sure. Okay, I got Saquon Barkley. So, oh boy. All right, we are still waiting for 6. So anybody wants to join us. But I'm glad I peeked my head in because I always hear Andrew do that. And then, there's been 1 or 2 drafts where we join and only one person gets in with us. So I'd much rather have to multi-table a draft and get more of y'all and have a fun, team group draft than than only have like one of you all in with us. So
yeah.
All right.
And just since we were talking about it, the Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell thing, Mitchell, the only 2 games that he got any significant snaps were the last 2 games of the year last year when Hill was out, and he only returned kicks in the playoffs. He didn't get a single carry or
did you just look it up?
Yeah, not a single offensive snap. So, and those were 2 blowout games at the end of the year. Clearly he was behind Henry and even Ali.
I know he's behind Hill. He's not behind Ali though, Steve.
Well, I mean, he kind of was last year. Like it was. My point is that was not like they were just like, "Oh, Mitchell, you're back from injury."
He's essentially the 3rd running back in the depth chart for sure. So if an injury were to happen to one of the 2, I'm saying I don't mind just for how explosive he was. So fun to watch that first year before he got injured.
Sure, but he was, that explosion we did not see last year in the limited work that he had.
I know, but he'll be a 2nd year removed from injury. See, this is the sibling showdown part. This is the part where Steve and I draft together, but we'll fight on stream. So
people have been saying that about Javonte Williams for 4 years now.
Okay. All right. Be nice to Javonte. Be nice. Oh, shoot. We started. Okay. You got me.
Your other draft going?
I don't even know. Okay. We're at the 9th spot. So you distracted me talking about this nonsense. And then, all right, let me get the board up here and see who we got. I see we have Losimo, Omega King. There's, okay. So at the 2 spot, that's Felix. Pecan. Losimo, 3 spot. Omega King, 4th spot. Legion 13, 6th spot. We are in the 8th spot. And that looks like all. So, okay, no more debates on the running back 3 and 4 from Baltimore. We're going to focus. Okay, we're at the 9 spot here. And
10th spot has a good name.
Drunk on Pappy. Oh, yeah.
All right. Did we go here?
Okay, let me share the oh boy. Okay, so I need both more Amon-Ra or Neighbors, though. I mean, took BTJ with the last one, so
let's go Neighbors.
Yeah, I only have 3%. So because I do take Amon-Ra or Nico, or I've even take BTJ. Oh boy, I'm up on this draft. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, no, Neighbors obviously is disappointing that Stafford didn't go there. I don't really think they're going to be in on Darnold, but look, I wouldn't be surprised if Cam Ward is a giant. So I think that's going to be the interesting thing to
Sounds
watch.
Like doesn't it seem like the strongest rumors are Cam Ward or Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, we took a chain in the last one. So if one of these running backs come back, I'd like to do that. If one of them do, would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. If a chain's the only one there, we'll take that. But okay, Genty goes. So we'll see. Drunk on Pappy. You've had Pappy before, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Good bourbon.
All right. So, okay. So they go a chain. So we'll take McCaffrey or Henry, unless you really want to take Drake London or.
No, let's go Henry.
I mean, you talked about in the last draft how,
yeah,
Henry falling here feels like kind of nice value in the middle of the 2nd round. So, okay, let me bring the board back over. And then it went, oh, wow, Terry went really early there. Love Terry. So Terry, Drake London, AJ Brown after us. let's check in with the chat. Let's see. Yeah, a couple of us are in both probably both rooms. I didn't even check and see who's in this room. That's funny. I'll double table as well. Why not? I mean, God, I love best ballers. It's amazing. Okay, so Adam, thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Somehow I'm in this one at 7, and I recognize the name, so you joined the stream. Love to see it. So what's the name, Adam, at the 7 spot?
ADW1.
Okay.
London.
Okay, very nice.
Nice double receiver start.
I'll have to check Felix's tweet. Historical Anomalies says Felix, great tweet about Soccer Dave. Felix says Rodgers and Sanders should both go to the Giants. It could happen. That's a possibility too.
One fun, if we see the Shador Sanders slide, if the Giants stick at 3 and take Travis Hunter because it's Ward and Carter and 1-2, whichever way it is, and then have the Giants trade up into the late first to go Sanders Hunter, from the Colorado days, we could see that.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry, I missed.
If the Giants take Hunter at 3, and then the Giants, who have 2 early second-round picks, could trade up into the late first if Sanders starts to slide.
Oh! I see what you're saying. Yes. Historical Anomalies. Felix is the Najee helped Felix win $1 million, so he had a very high exposure to Najee. Where's Felix going to end up? And then Vaporware. Yes, I assume Jaden is going to the McLaurin drafter, and Adam is friends with. We love Pat Fantasy Dog Pound. Love to hear it. All right, we are 2 picks away.
How's your other draft go?
I have no idea. It's It's going to be a disaster.
Oh my!
It's not going to be good. Okay, so we started. Okay. Oh, we're on the clock. Okay.
Let's go, Marvin.
I don't have. I took him in. Oh, I took him in a drafter's draft. I haven't taken him yet. It just doesn't
Check your other draft for me. Killing me small.
All right. Let's see. Okay, it's not Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Terry McLaurin. That was 3 of the guys on my Bulldog 5th place team.
There you go.
That feels like good vibes here. And I could get Jameson Williams. He was on my Bulldog team too. Oh my gosh.
Let's run it back.
Let's run it back. Just run the same team back. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're up in 4 on this one, and at top of the board, Kyron Williams, Chase Brown, Xavier Worthy, who I know you're very high on. We're not going to take James Cook 2 times in a row.
We might.
I love JMO so much. My 33%. Okay, Worthy went, who I know you're high on. JMO goes. So
James Cook, come on down.
I'm just going to take Jalen Hurts. I got sniped on my JMO pick. Excuse me. Okay, so 40th, or we're at 40. Do you want one of these running backs? They all fell.
I like Kyron and Brown. So yeah, go Brown.
Yeah, I only have 6%. And again, this is what's so great about Best Ball Overlay. I only have 6%. So let's go Chase Brown. I just love getting, got Bengals, Ravens, running backs to start. I like that. And then Neighbors Harrison. So 0-2-2.
Second-year receivers.
Yeah, that's a fun start. So, all right, let me share the board and catch up with the chat here. So, I'm on the clock on this one. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. You are welcome, Omega King, Paul, and everyone else who's in Dublin drafting.
Yeah, who is in this draft? Let me see. I don't think I see. Oh, Omega King is in here with me. Okay, yeah. Omega King, I am in here with you. I have no idea what I'm doing. And Legion 13. So we have and Losimo. We have multiple tables. You definitely have plus EV on that.
Hurts in this one, stacking with AJ Brown. I like that. Lamb, AJ Brown, Brees Hall, Hurts. That's good.
Oh, I like that a lot. I like that start a lot. So Felix says, as a Chargers fan, I hope so. I believe that's to Najee, to the Chargers. That would be a good fit, actually. Whoever ends up, Historical Anomalies, whoever ends up the Charger is going to get a boost. Absolutely. Adam, Chargers are so good because of one player. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see what the Chargers add for sure. on the clock and one. I don't know if he was helping me out.
I think he's trying to, yeah.
I love it. Lad about to be downgraded to possession receiver. I wonder if that it will be so fun to see if DK Metcalf does get traded into where. Who do you hope that DK goes to? Like, which team would be your favorite for fantasy?
I mean, Chargers would be good. Packers would be interesting, particularly if they don't think Christian Watson's coming back this year, because Metcalf's only on the deal for 1 year, and I know he wants a long-term deal. But Patriots, look, they need to get Drake May weapons, and
I kind of thought the Patriots would be fun.
Yeah, that's plural. Like, and that's when I draft Drake May. I mean, every now and then I'll take a late round shot on a Douglas or Booty, but I mean, none of these guys might end up being in the top 3 next year for the Patriots. So,
I'm a Lad fangirl.
I actually don't think it's going to impact, especially if it's DK. I mean, Devontae Adams is a different story. I mean, he's so good, but
if DK is the X receiver, you kind of like that.
Yeah, DK is going to be the big play down the field guy. That's what Quentin Johnston was last year. It's just DK can actually catch the ball.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're up into 2-2 essentially. Hampton, I assume, already went. I kind of want one of these fun rookies. What do you say about Travion Henderson?
Yeah, no.
Wait, could we get him?
I guess he would get taken before.
Yeah, so I want more shares of him. Okay, then let's queue up some receivers. We've got Addison. We took last time. Sutton, Pickens, Judy. We talked about how Pickens. We're just nervous about who the quarterback's going to be, but I mean, in the 60s, I don't mind it.
Are you up on your other draft?
Let's see. No, I made it. Okay, I'm queued here. Let's see. I'm up in 3.
Okay.
I'll just queue some guys. All right, I have guys queued, so that way we're good. Okay, receivers kind of went there. So Jerry, I'm queuing up Jerry Judy. I mean, I love getting some more 49ers, after the Debo trade. So, I mean, I've only have 6%. Jennings, he just went. I've been taking Pearsall more, but I only have, where did he just go? He just got drafted. Damn. He's stacking. Mr. D's is stacking up.
I have a feeling he's going Purdy.
Yeah. So he's definitely going Purdy. I was just about to say, I want to get one of these 49ers. I want to get more of them. I had gotten some of them before the trade, but I want to get more of them after the trade. And I want to get more Purdy. So I was hoping that would work out. It did not. All right. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy, Jaden Reed, Luther Burden.
Sutton, I think.
Sutton is your favorite out of these?
Yeah, I mean, we're the value.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't realize how much he fell. Yeah, sorry. The double tabling threw me off. Something's queued up over there. I don't know what. I hear it buzzing.
It's going well. Good luck, guys.
That would be hilarious. I can't wait to label it, and that draft's going to be really good. Okay, so Mike Robb says DK to Baltimore. That could be fun too. And we had Jamie checking in with the chat. He said, I'm home from work, missed the draft. How's it going? Who was the best value? I can say the first draft, we have a lot of people that joined us for the second draft too, and in my double table, multi-tabling draft as well, which is super fun. The first draft, I loved all of our teams. So it's going to be fun to see who gets the 3 spots. And Mike Robb says double table is that the swinger version of best ball drafting. Walker, I get Kenneth Walker falling.
Yeah.
He said Adam never met a Georgia Bulldog he didn't like. New Seattle coach brought in a fullback, is getting rid of receivers. It sounds like Seattle does want to be run heavy.
Yeah, no, I definitely want plenty of Kenneth Walker, and I'm taking Charbonnet. Last year was less in on Charbonnet, more so this year. Just I wouldn't be surprised if both have, if
A better role.
even when Walker's healthy and he's the one, I think Charbonnet could have a bigger role. So, because I do think they're going to just be more run heavy.
Jamie said, wasn't Sutton top 15 receiver? Where did he finish as, Steve?
I'd have to look it up, but yeah, I think it was 13 to 15, somewhere in that range.
Adam says Truda never met a Georgia Bulldog. He didn't like. Did you go to Georgia, Adam? Are you a Georgia alum? It's a fun team to root for, that's for sure. All right, let's see here. We are up in 5. Let me pull this over. And then after these next 2 picks, then we can check in and see what the chat has been doing as well. 12 picks on the other draft, so I have some time to queue. We're up in 4. I barely have any in Buka. If he falls, I'd like to get him. And I don't have much Golden. Those are 2 rookies I just don't have much of yet.
Yeah.
Do you like one more than the other? I know in the draft, Matthew Golden is going to likely go, well, not counting Travis Hunter, likely he'll be, if you count Travis Hunter, he'd be likely the top 3 receivers to go in the
probably, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if Buka falls. Golden went to Legion 13. So, yeah. Okay. So we're on the clock and Buka's there. You fine if I take him?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice little falling value. And I only had like a share. So that's fun.
Let's get a check in on your other draft.
I don't care about that as much. I want to log in. Why am I not logged in? I need to make sure I'm logged into. Oh wait, no, it's showing me never mind. I thought it wasn't showing me the exposures. I apologize. All right, let me bring over the board. Check in with our chat. Okay, well, you can see what you like on the board, and I'll queue up some people.
Yeah, so after Mbuka, I like the Khalil Shakir pick. I mean, they just gave him some big money. Could be the kind of the number 1 on that team. This is a nice range for receivers. This like 6th, 7th round. Guys like Burden, Ridley, and Sutton, who we took, Godwin, Pearsall, Reed, Golden, Myers, Mbuka, Shakir. I think that's a strong group to double up. I mean, look, there's some running backs I like in that range as well, but really don't mind doubling up in that receiver range like we did. And the turn did take Brock Purdy a little early, but I get it when you're all in on Jennings and Pearsall.
So they went back to back with Purdy and Goff, right?
Yeah.
Wait, are we almost on the clock here?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me go back over here. Okay, we are up in 1. So 0-3-4 at 1:05. We are on the clock. Tony Pollard. Oh yeah, I don't have. I know I have Bo Nix. Why? Do I not have Bo Nix? That's insane. If that's the case, this is why you get a best ball overlay. Okay, so now we have 1-3-4, and we're up in. Oh, we're not up for 4. Why did I think we'd be right back up? Oh, because we just took Mbuka. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we took Mbuka, and then came around and we took Bo Nix. So, okay, I like that. And now we're up in 14. So let me share the board, and we can take a look at what people in chat are doing. Okay, so Drunk on Pappy, he's the one that got Shakir. That's funny. Okay, so starting with Felix, Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving. That's a fun start. T. Higgins, Tet, Jalen Waddle, Luther Burden, Jalen McMillan. So fun then run of receivers. I like that. And then Losamo, Barkley, Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Rasheed Rice, Jerry Jeudy, Patrick Mahomes, and then he just took Shaheed, like that. Omega King, Gibbs, McConkey, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, Joe Mixon, Sam Laporta, Jaden Reed, Cooper Kupp, and Legion 13, Lamb, Brown. You talked about this at the jump, right? Lamb, Brown, Brees Hall, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, that's a fun start. Chuba, Caleb Johnson, Matthew Golden, some fun rookies there, and Aaron Jones. So I think that's most of the people in chat, kind of like our first 7 rounds there.
I'm shocked where Najee went.
Where'd he go there? It's Felix. Yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah. I thought you were actually shocked. No, Felix is staying on brand. I like it. I like it. All right. So we're coming around now in the 9th round. This draft's fun. It's got some players that I wanted to get some more of, like, Neighbors, Harrison. I wanted some more Trevion Henderson, Ibuka, Knicks. Didn't realize that I didn't have Knicks. Like, that's crazy. So I think it's because, like, that range, sometimes he doesn't fall that far. And so, I'm getting other guys like Baker or Goff in the 8th round, and then other guys. So when I talk about, I love that, like, 8th through 12th round. I somehow just haven't been getting much of, or really haven't been drafting Bo Nix, and been drafting the other ones more. So, okay, so we're about to be back up. So let me get queued up, and then we can check in on chat. Okay, so 1, 3, 4, kind of 2 picks somewhat close together. So what numbers are we at just to help? So 105 and 112. Let's see. So we got the Bo Nix stack: Henry, Chase Brown, Trevion Henderson, Neighbors, Harrison, Sutton, and Buka. Oh, I like that start. Okay, we're on the clock. You want to take another Tyler Warren share? I mean, yeah. I like that he fell a little bit. So you're fine with that?
Oh yeah, I'm big, and honestly could end up going to Denver, whether at his pick or maybe a trade up.
Someone talked about that in the last draft. Yeah,
Sean Payton's been talking about the Joker role, and it's been his thing. And then of course Taysom Hill. I mean, who's the most Taysom Hill guy? That's Tyler Warren.
Yeah,
so I just think, and even if it's not him, I think he's just such a good tight end and solid value there.
All right, I have multiple things queued up that we can talk about, and I like a lot of them. So let's hope they don't all get taken the next 4. I won't talk about them yet, but there's reasons I like all these. But we have a 1, 3, 4, 1, and we are about to make our 10th pick at 112. Can you see the alarming amount on Cam Scatterville?
It's high. It's high.
Mike Robin chat has said that the Scatterville family needs a restraining order against me. This is how I was with Laporta a couple of years ago. I was just obsessed. Like, I just thought the value was so fun. So, okay. Well, we might not get everything I queued up.
Yeah.
Mr. D's is just sniping away. Could you snipe something a couple of rounds ago too? All right, we'll see what McLeod and Drunk on Pappy does. And then, so I obviously had Mims queued up because we have a Denver stack. I had Travis Hunter queued up because you and I have talked about it at length. We did a whole show about bullish on Travis Hunter. And I just uploaded a couple shorts today about being bullish on Travis Hunter, that in these 20-round, 25% advance rate big board drafts, that's the time to take the swings, especially. And by the way, if he gets a good landing spot, I definitely could still be drafting Travis Hunter at cost, but I love it. And so I was hoping we could get another share. Since we've been talking about a lot, it did not work out. So we queued up Rashad Bateman in the last draft, didn't get him. So he's here. And then there's Cam Scatterville. So yeah. I'll let you choose.
Let's go Bateman.
All right. So don't add to my 53% Cam Scatterville.
I'm trying to I'm guessing he's on your team in the other one that you haven't looked at in about 12 minutes. So.
Oh God. Yeah. Wait, I didn't switch the thing. Hold on 1 second. Oops, I hear a buzzing. It might not be good. Okay. All right. See what you see on the board that you like, and then.
This is, we took Tyler Warren. I will say I'm a big fan of David Njoku. I know we don't know the Browns quarterback, but boy, you just look at what he does on a per game basis. I know we want to see him stay healthy for the full way and actually have a quarterback for the full way. But I like Njoku in this round, this range. Kraft, I get with the love stack for sure. I worry it's a little high. Just I wonder if Luke Musgrave, like he missed a lot of time last year, and when he came back, Kraft still kind of had the number one role. But we'll see how that is going forward. I just don't. That's my one concern about Tucker Kraft, but I definitely get it in a Jordan Love stack.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, this is definitely the range I really start to look at tight end, kind of starting Hawkinson, Little Andrews, Jonnu, Warren, Njoku. Haven't taken much Kelsey, but this is the range that I like to start to go for tight end. Don't have as much of the elites outside of Bowers. I have maybe like 8% of Bowers.
Yeah, I haven't done much of the elites either. Sorry, trying to cue this the right way when you're trying to see if you can get stacks and stuff in a multi-table is not going well. I'm trying to set Michael Penix up, but I don't think he's going to come back to me. There's no chance he's probably coming back to me. But
there goes Scatterville.
Oh, did he go to one of our folks?
No, right
on the
one spot. Yeah.
All right, I got to queue up some more running backs in here. So I already have. Well, is there anything else good? Because
this is this is why we are so high in Cam Scatterboo. Is you do have these situations like DeAndre Swift could get replaced. Zach Charbonnet, I talked about on the last show. I like Charbonnet, and I do think I think he's a fine pick in this range. But Scatterboo has the upside where if he gets the right landing spot, he could just do everything. He catches the ball well. He's a goal line back, so he could get all the workload. But these other backs, they're speculative as well. So it's a interesting range right now when we don't know like all the rookie spots.
We are on the clock. I mean, do you want to do double rookie tight end because it fell right at?
I don't mind it. Yeah, let's go for it.
You're the rookie tight end. We said that the year of Laporta, and it sure worked for Laporta. The other guys were, but it definitely worked for Laporta. Okay, so let's take a breath here, see where we're at. 1-3-5-2. Bo Nix, Henry, Chase Brown, Travion Henderson, Neighbors, Harrison, Cortland Sutton, Abuka, Bateman, Warren, and Loveland. That's fun. I like it. Then we could just take just a late veteran or something like that. So what do you want to do here coming up at pick number 136? Let's look running back. I don't know if you like any, or we could, do we have any other stacks working? I don't think so. We could stack Bryce Young. We don't have any Dolphins, do we? No. Yeah, no other stacks really working. If we think, I mean, this could be for later, but if we think Cam Ward's going to the Giants, just to keep an eye on it. Not now.
Yeah.
So up into, I know you really like.
I'd probably do Neil if he's there.
Okay. Yeah. He was on your rookie list that we talked about that you're fine at the price. So he kind of fell a little bit and you're fine at that price still, right?
Yep.
He's the one that was a 4-year starter for Kentucky, right? Kansas. Okay. I knew I'm still trying to learn these rookies. Okay. So Neil, 16 picks away. And now we can bring her to the board and check in on chat, how they're doing. All right. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Okay. We covered Sutton top 15 receiver. Wasn't Mecole Hardman Bulldog? Oh, that's okay. Steve, Paul asked in chat, I believe Paul is wait, which one is he is Legion 13. So Paul asked rank Amarian, Travion, Junkins, Caleb Johnson post combine, please.
So for me, it's Amarian, Caleb Johnson, Junkins, then Travion. What I think is Amarian is a bit above the others. He's not on Genty's level, but he's pretty damn close. And then I still like Caleb Johnson just because I think he is, especially we're talking fantasy here, in half-point PPR, because I think he's going to be a big touchdown guy. Same with Junkins. That's the one issue on Travion Henderson. His role is that Gibbs a chain role, and typically, and particularly as we saw their rookie years, I think neither had 200 carries that year, if I remember correctly. So they were extremely explosive, and they were with great offensive systems that panned out big time. But if Henderson doesn't necessarily get that, you risk a little bit more. But I think they're so good, all three of those guys. I think Amarion maybe sneaks into the end of the first round. But I think those other three guys are all going off in the top half of the second round. So I don't think there's a wrong answer, to be honest. I like all three. I think.
But what was your quick rankings again before we have
Amarion, Caleb Johnson, Junkins, Travion.
Oh, okay. I mean, but you have them so close though.
Yeah, basically. I've always had Junkins ahead of Travion because he should get more touchdowns. He's more of a 3-down back.
Again, on underdog specifically, obviously. Okay. So pulling this back over, and then we'll go back to the chat, answer any questions. If Cam Ward falls, I assume, because I don't have him yet, so I'd like to take him. So I threw 30 drafts and I just haven't, but now that it's like confident he's going top 3, and if it's Giants, we have neighbors. I love this. So, all right. So we have 2, 4, 5, 2. I like that. We're up at 160 in 5 picks. We didn't get a chain in this one, did we? I like Jalen Wright in this range. So top of the board, running backs, Wright, Ray Davis, Quorum, Algier. Top of the receivers, Jalen Coker, Tillman. And I don't really like Bond. So, and then, the other ones you can wait on.
I will actually point to Tillman. Not that you have to do it, but the most likely stacks are for Cam Ward are either Cleveland or Giants. So we'd have a stack with either team.
That's a great call.
And I know saying that means Tennessee's taking them. And
yeah. I mean, is that worth passing up Jalen Wright? Because I do like him as like a 5th running back.
I mean, I like our running backs. I think.
Wright just went. So, backup plan if Tillman is taken.
I mean, Ray Davis is a solid handcuff. Tyler Algier. Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with one of those if Tillman is taken. All right, Junk on Pappy. Let's go, and then we can pull over the chat and catch up on that. Okay, he goes Bond. We're going to go Tillman, and that gets us to 2, 4, 6, 2 through 14 rounds. So pretty balanced. Like you said, top of our running backs were really strong, getting 3 in like the first 6 rounds. So I like where we're at a lot. Let me bring over the board and then catch up with the chat. All right. So last question you answered was, let me find it. The rankings. Okay. This was the last question. And then, so you answered that. Mike Robb has said, Steve out there being a caring brother, trying to help me out when I'm multi-tabling. Caught a Super Bowl winning touchdown, Jamie. That was obviously earlier. I'm not sure. Hardman. That's right. Okay. Because he likes the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm getting the memories snapping back here. Jamie says Mbuka would be fun on the Texans to reunite with Stroud. It's going to be so fun to see where all these bets go. Naked Baker, ugh. I guess you got sniped. Adam says he's picking straight from your queue. I do use the star method. I admit it. What team do you think will draft Luther Burden? I know DJ Quill asked. I know Steve is very high on Luther Burden. What team do you think will draft him? What team do you think would be the best fit?
Yeah, so I think he's a little better. I think he's more of a top 20 player, but I get it between Golden's Combine and just. People, he did have a lot of manufactured touches. I think he's way more than that in the NFL level. So, we'll have to see, but it sounds like he's more late first round. So that's where I'm going to assume that he goes. I think you're looking at kind of at the start, right around like the Steelers pick, maybe Seattle, but JSN does some of the same thing. So I think they're looking for more probably true outside receivers, but probably the Steelers pick. He'd be a great complement, obviously, to Pickens. If they're not going quarterback there, and then not necessarily the Chargers, but a lot of those other teams, probably not the Packers. Texans could definitely be in the mix. Obviously, Mbuka is very similar as well, and there's a CJ Stroud connection there. It is tough because a lot of the teams in the back half, like the Bills, like the Chiefs, they already have that role kind of filled. Washington just get Deebo Samuel, but it's tough to argue that he's not a good receiver and would fit these teams. So I don't know. I really love him because I think he's closer to like an Amon-Ra than some of these other guys. So I'm just a really big fan.
I don't have any field shares yet. I feel like a falling field is just kind of fun here. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have any shares, and I do feel more confident now he is starting somewhere.
Yeah, I think he'll probably at least half the year, if not more.
I don't love this range for the running backs. Okay, we're up in 6, and then we'll get back to the chat. For some reason, I love Jalen Royals, and I only have 3%. This is why having best ball really helps. So I'm going to queue him up. I'm fine getting just a really late tight end since we got 2 early. But I don't know. Don't you agree that? So we're done at quarterback. We can wait at tight end. We have a strong running back core here of 4, but I guess we're going to have to wait because I really don't like this range. Yeah. Unless, I don't know, do you like? I feel like Guerendo is going to be the number 2. What do you think? I mean, it sounds like Mason's a free agent. And
I think he's a restricted free agent if I'm not.
Oh, okay. I'd have to look that up. Yeah. Okay. Guerendo just went, didn't right? Yeah. But yeah, I do want to give some more thought to the.
Look, if you're doing enough shots, take shots on these guys, but it's tough because every year San Francisco drafts somebody, and whether it's like a 6th rounder like Guerendo or 3rd rounders like we've seen from Sermon and the guy from LSU a couple years ago. So yeah, their backup could honestly be in the draft.
Really, they're loaded right now. It
doesn't matter. They draft a back every year. We also still have Elijah Mitchell coming back. Like
as I say, Mitchell's coming back. We'll see what they do with who was I just Mason. We'll see what they do with Mason. Mitchell's coming back, and I kind of like Guerendo the most out of them. I mean, he showed a lot of explosion. I like him probably the most, but yeah, you definitely want that in like where you're going heavy running back 7 or 8. So Royals fell. Can we draft Royals? Are you fine with that? Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I was just going to say. I like Guerendo when you're taking like 7 running backs
for sure.
Because or whether you go Mason or Guerendo, because just the upside is there, but it's way riskier than a lot of backup situations.
Okay, so let's catch up with Chad. So you answered the Luther Burden question, right? What was the summary of that? Because
I think I don't have a good answer. I love him. I truly see him more in the DJ Moore or Amon-Ra type role. I just don't know who's going to see it the same way.
Who do you think? What team do you think would be the best fit for him, where he likely could go?
Honestly, probably the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, big need there for sure. Absolutely. Okay. Jamie says, I know the Browns QB hearing buzz moving up for 101 for Ward. So like we talked about, didn't we did get Tillman, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we have 2 options for Cam Ward there. So that's fun. He'd like to see Scaboo with McVay. I hope not for my 55%, because I think that would not be good for my shares. So I hope he goes to like a running back needy team for my selfish exposure to Scaboo. That's what I'm hoping. Where do you think the best fit for Scaboo would be?
Well, where Jamie is right is Scaboo is very similar to Kyron. Like he can do everything.
Yeah.
Couldn't leave the field. As for a best fit, I will say Chicago, Ben Johnson. Whether they're keeping Swift as the more Gibbs type back, but we've seen Ben Johnson, Jamal Williams had 18 touchdowns in the past 2 years. David Montgomery just been awesome in that role. If Cam Scadaboo goes to Chicago, particularly with the offensive line increases, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to go round one, but round one running back. Let me finish my thoughts. If not, then maybe that he would be. Do you think he could be as high as a round 2 pick potentially? I guess it depends how he does his workout.
And they have two round 2 picks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If he went to Chicago, that would be great for my exposures. Okay, let me get to the rest of chat. Historical Anomaly said that is a fun tight end room. I'm not sure if he's talking about ours, which is our 2 rookies. I think that's pretty fun. Hassan Terrell says, hi there, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Omega King says Travion hate. Just to be clear, you definitely like Travion. You just have him.
I have all
I know you, I definitely want a lot of Travion because you love all the rookie running backs basically.
Yeah. I just think Junkins has more 3-down equity. Like, look, if you tell me Travion goes to Chip Kelly with the Raiders, who obviously used him quite well at Ohio State, or goes to Ben Johnson,
we got to talk something through here. So on the clock,
to get running back.
Yeah. This is rough.
Go down. Oh yeah. I mean,
let's just take Fannin and be done.
The 3 rookies.
I don't care. What could go wrong?
I would say take Gesicki, but it's too late.
Oh shit! You're right. Damn, I panicked. It was a panic pick.
I'm sure that's not happening on your other draft either.
Oh my god, I don't even know I've checked in a couple times, but I don't know what's happening there. For the guys that are multi-tailing with me, I'm so sorry. What's ever going on there?
You're welcome.
Yeah. I probably accidentally sniped people. I don't even know what's happening. So 3, 4, 7, 3. Done a quarterback. Done a tight end. Definitely need 2 more running backs. Do you think we're fine doing 3, 6, 8, 3 still with the room of Henry, Chase Brown, Travion? Because we took 3 so early. So yeah. Okay. So we need 2 more running backs, 1 more receiver. We're up in 5. What are your thoughts? What do you think happens with Nick Chubb? I've heard people talk about it. I have not taken him, obviously.
I mean, obviously one of the best running backs of these last 10 years, but I just think, the injuries have caught up to him. And
it was sad to see him in that shape last year. Well, I don't love many people. Who was the one rookie flyer you mentioned? What's his name? Did he go?
Oh, Taj Brooks. Yeah, I think he's still there.
I don't think so. Oh, yes, he is. Okay, I didn't realize. I was just queuing it up for later. Or just pointing it out for someone to snipe us.
Yeah. Let's look at running back.
Well, that's the top of the board is Chubb, Roshan, Kendre, Jordan Day. I don't really like any of this. I mean, what do you think about Marshawn Lloyd?
No.
What do you think they're going to draft another running back?
They could, or I think Emmanuel Wilson did more than enough to show that he's capable. I just think it's going to be a battle for that number 2 role.
Yeah.
We get to April or May in BBM, and Lloyd looks like the number 2. Then sure, sign me up.
I mean, who I like is we can both get these guys later.
You want to finish receiver here, and then just 2 flyer backs.
Okay, what's going on? Yes. So do you like a flyer in Troy Franklin, Jalen Tolbert, get my first Savion Williams share?
Line down.
Okay, my queuing's not working. Okay, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm having
issues. Savion Williams. Let's take Savion Williams.
Okay. Yeah, it's my first share. It's our last receiver, and something is being weird with my computer. So I was like, just say something. Okay. And then we will pull up the board, and we have 2 picks left here and finish it out with 2 running backs. I usually don't like, but I mean, again, our first 3 picks, and I like all 4 of our first 4 running backs. So I think this is fine. Okay. So pull the board back up. Let me catch up with chat. Oh wait, I'm on the clock. Okay. Take a look at it. See if you like anything on the board.
So this is the areas we just talked. Running backs we're not really a fan of. Raheem Sanders, Rocket Sanders, fun little pick there. But so that's why I felt comfortable waiting, even though we've reached someone, Savion Williams. It's like Meg said, he is an interesting guy. obviously it's Cordell Patterson comp, but he should do some work in the running game, and could be like a third, fourth receiver option. Could have a big red zone role. You create packages around him just because he's such an athlete, big, physical, both from a receiving standpoint or a running back standpoint. So, I am taking a few late round flyers on him, and I think he probably is like a third round pick in the draft, maybe fourth round. So
Savion?
yeah, I think I'll have solid draft capital.
Okay, so you said yes. You love Travion, even though you have Junkins ranked ahead of him. AD Mitchell being ignored, and that's why he was one. We'll see if he has like a Quentin Johnson, but he's kind of buried on the depth chart.
Well, that's the biggest thing, yeah.
But let's go through. Strange is moving up. It looks he was kind of late in the last one. Where did he go in this one, Steve?
He went a couple rounds ago, 15, 16 looks like.
Adam says Scatterboot of the Jags will put ETN and Bigsby in the coffin.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we haven't been interested in especially Bigsby, but even ETN. We said it in the I'm sorry. We've been saying it a lot this whole process of talking about the rookie running backs. These rookie running backs are going to steal the Bet's jobs. Last night on Andrew and Justin's show, they had on, I have to remember, Dave at Dynasty Dorks came on with them, and he said the exact same thing. These rookie running backs are going to steal Bet's jobs. This would be a perfect example of that happening. Let me get to one more before we get to our next couple picks. Remember, Ben Johnson shipped out Swift. I think he does the same thing, replace them with a top 10. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, I think the Bears are very live for a running back either in the first or, like I said, they have 2 seconds.
Sorry, I have to laugh. Omega King, there's like literally 3 or 4 of us. Legion 13, Omega King, myself, and I thought there's one more, and we're up in a minute. Losimo are all multi-tabling. We're struggling. Oh boy. Okay, we're on the clock. Did I switch it? No. Okay. Taj Brooks or Will Shipley? Any interest?
Sure.
You want to just do Shipley first?
Shipley, yeah.
Because he's got good pass catching ability, right?
Absolutely.
So if they get rid of Gainwell, Gainwell's totally a free agent, correct?
He's an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah. So if they don't sign Gainwell and Shipley's like the number 2, I kind of like that. We're talking 19th round here. So do you like the Taj Brooks flyer? Do you like any of these other rookies? I'm actually worried, speaking of vets, I'm worried about Gibson getting bumped, who just went, by the way.
The thing with Gibson is it would cost them money, and sure, they have a ton of money, but it would cost them money to do it. And they have so many other needs. I just don't know. I'm sure they draft a running back, but a 6th round pick on Jaden Blue or somebody like that, I just don't know if it's knocking him off the depth chart. Okay,
we're up in 1. A lot of rookies here. Taj Brooks has been your late round flyer of choice. Yeah. Do you do that, or is there somebody else sticking out to you? Jaleel McLaughlin is highlighted, but again, Denver's someone that they could draft 1 or 2, right?
No, for sure.
Or a free agent and a draft pick.
Yeah.
And then Jaleel's buried potentially. Maybe not. I mean, maybe he's the second guy, but I don't really feel confident about that. Okay, so Taj Brooks.
Let's go Taj Brooks. A lot of rookies here.
Where's he out of?
It's not Texas A&M. Is it Texas Tech? Yeah. And
yes, Texas Tech. Yeah.
Yeah. And he, multi-year starter, just doesn't leave the field. Talked about him before. He's a guy I really comp to Kyron Williams. And
okay. That's right. Kyron was like a 6th round pick, wasn't he?
5th round pick, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Omega King talking about our other draft. We're all struggling. It just finished. Genty paired with Roshan would be unstoppable.
Roshan's the other one that I don't know if he's going to be a great fit for Ben Johnson. I'll be interested to see,
Yeah. Jamie said, did I see his estimate? I think he was.
That was a couple rounds ago.
Yeah, that's right. What's your take on Hunt, Steve?
I mean, I think Kareem Hunt showed that he can still be a viable, more of a number 2 back. And as I wrote an article a couple weeks ago, look, this guy gets 100+ fantasy points every year. I've taken some shares of him late. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad pick. Whether it's back with Kansas City, I don't know,
Yeah.
but I think somebody's going to sign him.
Yeah. And then Stephen WC says, I have a lot of Shipley too, hoping they don't add another running back. That's our hope. I've taken him
Yeah.
good bit in this, like literally
Yeah.
19th, 20th round.
And what's nice about the Eagles is because of the money you have in Saquon, just all the other positions, we know they're not going to be in the market for these free agents and probably not be able to re-sign Gainwell, who's only going to get a couple million. And Shipley, was a great pick in the 4th round last year and looked good in his limited opportunities this year. And I bet their team, another team will probably draft a day 3 running back. They always draft ahead. But again, I'm not scared about like a 6th, 7th rounder taking Will Shipley's role. I think Will Shipley is ideal for that role.
Okay. And then Paul said, I'm taking a 20th round flyer on the new MVS, Dante Thornton. That's the brother of Taekwon, right? Isn't he? So, yeah. Related? Yeah. 65 career receptions. Don't care. They average 22 yards with 4 points. I did hear that on the show.
Yeah, all right. Ridiculous athlete. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Paul, let's go through the teams now to finish up. Thank you. First of all, thank you all to join us in the chat, on the show, on the chat, in the drafts. We did not 1, but 2, but 3, kind of, because a lot of us multi-tabled in the second draft. So we appreciate you joining us in chat, join us in drafts. This was a ton of fun. We'll be here every Thursday night. Probably 7:30 will be the time. So we really appreciate it. Come join us every Thursday. This has been a ton of fun, but let's go through the teams to round this out. So we'll get through our team really quick. Steve, 6'3", I didn't realize I didn't have Bo Nix, so didn't have Cam Ward, didn't have Justin Fields. So this was fun to get some guys that I needed exposure to. Bo Nix, Cam Ward, Justin Fields, Derrick Henry, Chase Brown, Travion Henderson, Devin Neal, Will Shipley, Taj Brooks, which is like your just last round flyer, Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, Cortland Sutton, Amika Mbukwa, Rashad Bateman, Cedric Tillman. So we're thinking Cam Ward maybe is either the quarterback for Neighbors or Tillman was the story we're telling there. And then finished off with 2 fun rookies, Jalen Royals and Savion Williams, who again could play that like Cordell Patterson role. And then it's the year of the rookie tight end, folks. Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland, Harold Fannin Jr. Got access to a lot of guys I don't have a lot of here, which was a lot of fun. So that's my favorite part of this draft personally for me, just mixing up exposures, which was what, both your strategy in your portfolio and players in your portfolio, it's all about. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah. I mean, obviously this is much more of an upside draft with so many rookies and guys that were just kind of like hoping for the right landing spot and stuff like that. But hey, when you're doing a lot of drafts, there's nothing wrong with that. And these guys have upside. I mean, their Wards should be top 3 pick. Both Warren and Loveland should be first rounders. And Buka likely first rounder. So, Royals probably second rounder. Like I said, Savion Williams probably 3rd round.
Yeah, it was 8 rookies if you were keeping count. So
yeah. So,
you never know. I mean, could be you're the rookie tight end, you're the rookie running back. So certainly. So all right, let's check out Felix, number 2, 3-5-10-2. I'm guessing he went early running backs here. Trevor Lawrence, Anthony Richardson, Shador Sanders, and then Bijan, Bucky Irving, Najee, and then Jalen Warren, Braylon Allen, and then T. Higgins, Ted McMillan, Jalen Waddle, Luther Burden, Jalen McMillan. So the 2 McMillans got me. Trey Harris, Adam Thielen, Adonai Mitchell, stacked with I just blanked on Anthony Richardson. Sorry, second draft guy. Parker Washington stacked with, who could have more of a role now, stacked with Trevor Lawrence. Pat Bryant, Evan Ingram, so obviously on the move now. We'll see. And then AJ Barner. Thoughts on this? I mean, he went, 5 running backs. I probably would have done a 6 still. And,
I think the bigger thing I would worry more about the tight end just because you don't know Ingram's landing spot. AJ Barner, I mean, they're cutting Noah Fant, or getting rid of Noah Fant, but they could easily bring in a tight end. They could be drafting Colston Loveland, so that would be my concern with so much uncertainty there.
Yeah, I would probably, because he had a really strong, top 5 receivers. I like his top 3 or 4, and then he's got some like glue guys like a Thielen and then some upside swings and stuff like that. So I would have probably done another tight end or another running back, but love the stacks. Love like your anchors and everything there. And always love your Najee. shares Felix, and always love joining you in draft. You join us in the draft, so that was awesome. Losamo at the 3 spot. He was one of the ones that multi-table 3593. Patrick Mahomes, Tua Tagovailoa, Sam Darnold, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, and then 2 rookies, Marcus Yarns and Trevor Etienne. Tyreek Hill stacked with Tua, obviously Devontae Adams, Rashid Rice stacked with Mahomes, Jerry Jeudy, Rashid Shaheed, Christian Kirk on the move, Romeo Doubs, Jalen Coker, Alec Io Manor, Jonnu Smith stacked, Travis Kelce stacked, and Dalton Schultz. I'm trying to see his, he started with Barkley Jacobs. I was going to say, he did a nice little double anchor there, but it's got a lot of stacks there. I mean, obviously I like getting Darnold. Oh my gosh, Darnold fell to 190.
Yeah, that was a great value.
That's insane value. I mean, again, as Steve and I drafted Darnold in the last one, he's going to start. We just are waiting to see our Vikings resign him. Is he going to Vegas? Is he going, where's he going? He's going to start this year. So, I mean, that's insane value. That's wild. I did not know that.
Yeah, and even if you don't end up with the stack with him, who cares?
Who cares? I mean, that happened with you with Baker last year. You got awesome value on Baker. You weren't able to backstack him with Kate Auden. Who cares? He was your hero in the playoffs in week 17. So I don't make the playoffs, and I don't win. You don't get 4th place in the big board without Baker last year. Yeah, exactly. So no, I love that value. That's awesome. Okay, Omega King, another one multi-tabling 3683. Justin Herbert, Bryce Young, Jackson Dart. That's a fun quarterback room. Gibbs, Mixon, Charbonnet, Algier, Damian Martinez, Justice Hill, Ladd McConkey stacked with Herbert, Garrett Wilson, Devonta Smith, Jaden Reed, Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen. That's a fun receiver room. Xavier Legette and Isovis Laporta, Jatavion Sanders stacked as well with Bryce Young and Chig Okonkwo. I like this. This is just like a solid, well-balanced team. I like this very nice little double anchor.
Where I draft is balanced teams, and
so especially in the big board when we don't know bye weeks, anything like that. It's nice to get these nice balanced teams. I like that draft a lot of Mega King. Okay, so got those. Legion 13, 6 spot, 2693. Okay, double NFC East here like this. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Breece Hall, Chubba Hubbard, Caleb Johnson, who we've talked about, Aaron Jones, Bichelle Tootin, who's on the move up, Jerome Ford, and then CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, both stacked. That's really nice. Matthew Golden, who we like a lot, Michael Pittman, Hollywood Brown, Alec Pierce, Gabe Davis, Trey Tucker, Dante Thornton. That's who he mentioned. This is Paul in chat mentioned he was going with his 20th round flyer. That's fun. Colt Pumet, Brenton Strange, 187 to still now that is, I think, great.
Totally
that's
worth
awesome.
it. I mean,
that's awesome now that we know for sure Ingram is gone. And then Mike Gesicki, who I should have taken, and he got it picked to 11. You were like, just take Gesicki. And I had already queued up.
No, I like this very strong running back room. And then he made up for it by taking a 9th receiver. So, but and still like a lot of upside plays, not just Thornton, but like Tucker and
Gabe Davis, Alec Pierce.
Gabe Davis, like just the top is set with guys like Lamb and Brown.
And it's always fun to like stack your first 2 receivers like with 2 very top end quarterbacks too. So no, I like this a lot. Another tough draft here. Sharp room. This is going to be tough. I think that was it.
Yeah, sure. But no, it was a good draft for sure.
Yeah. I accidentally clicked Drunk on Pappy just because we like his name. No, but this was a lot of fun, guys. We really appreciate it. Just want to check and see any other. Okay, so Paul talked about the 20th round. We appreciate you, Jamie. Thank you. Historical Anomalies said thanks, Megan, Steve. Good night, everyone. Thank you again. Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you to everybody that joined us in the drafts every Thursday. We appreciate it. As Steven says, out to multi-tables, multi-chats. This is like Jaden Daniels VR training. That's hysterical. I love it. Memphis Steven avoiding storms. Okay. Let's catch up with the chat here. I would like to read more about the VR stuff. It sounds awesome. What he brought that over and doing it in LSU, right?
Yeah.
Jamie says, I want to see a show where you two share a team versus Rooney and Rob on the same episode. Then we'll recap the results next week in week 18. That would be fun. We should do it. We should do that. That's awesome. I appreciate this, Jamie. How's this only have reaching 500, not 5,000? You guys are amazing. We appreciate that. And got someone agreeing. So I really, we need to get Adam's team too. This is why we catch up with the chat. But no, thank you guys very much. Yes, road to 500. As you can see at the bottom, $500 live stream party, a bunch of fun giveaways. So please help us get there. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys. And then Paul says, with Lockett cut, Metcalf on the block, is there a Seattle player set to skyrocket? Thoughts, Steve? And then we'll look at
I think obviously JSN was going up already, but now we feel even better about it. And that's why I like both backs, because I think you're going to see both get a lot of usage. I do think they're going to be more run heavy overall. I think they're primed team to be adding weapons, both tight end and receivers this year. But no, JSN is locked in as that number one. So yeah, that's great to see. And we'll see what they end up adding, either via free agency or the draft. But right now we kind of only know 3 skill guys on that team.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Be there.
Jamie, we know you'll be in the live stream party, so we'll get you on that wheel for sure. Adam, are you the 7th spot? Is it ADW1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is Adam's team, 3683. Oh, I like this a lot. Starting with Drake May, because we've taught you and I did a whole show about the mid-round quarterbacks game 2 in that 8 through 12. So he gets Drake May, Michael Penix, and then Matthew Stafford late. Amarian Hampton, who we absolutely love, hitting some rookie running backs here. I love it. Amarian Hampton, Quinshon Judkins, who you talked about, ranked 3rd. Tony Pollard, Brian Robinson Jr., Rico Dow, LaQuint Allen is a late rookie. Puka stacked with Stafford, London stacked with Penix, Mike Evans, Chris Olave, Jacoby Myers, Darius Slayton, Kayshon Boutte, Diami Brown, Kyle Pitts, Pat Freiermuth, Hunter Henry. So Pitts, we don't know if
there's a chance they could trade him, but still, I don't mind taking him there. If he doesn't end up being part of the Penix stack, so what?
Exactly. It's a mid to late round tight end build, and so a nice balanced build again too, because you got that like mid to late round quarterbacks, which I really like. Like I said, game 2 and like the rounds 8 through 12, and he did, and then followed with Stafford stacked with Puka. So love that. Love his shots on the rookies, then followed up by like a Pollard and some of these vets, and then a late rookie flyer, and then strong top receivers followed with some like upside swings with like
absolutely
So I like this team a lot. We have another room, Steve, where this is gonna be hard.
That's good. And we're both big fans of May and Penix, but then you get the solid veteran Matt Stafford, who's just when Puka was healthy last year was like a Mr. 20-point game. So absolutely. All right, Steve. Well, 2 drafts down. Everybody helped us get to 30 likes, breeze by it. That was super fun. So again, we have basketball shows every single weekday. We've got strategy shows, which Steve and I just did yesterday, and we'll have another one coming out soon. The Andrew and Justin do strategy shows, live drafts, obviously several days a week, and we're only going to be adding more. So again, help us get to 500. Keep joining us for these live drafts. We really appreciate it. Any final thoughts, Steve, before we get out of here? No, two good drafts, and I can't really comment on your side draft, but no, just fun drafting with you and everyone else in chat. So it was good drafts.
Absolutely. No, we appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Again, we'll have a strategy show up by tomorrow that is going to be using our on the clock, which we built a mock draft simulator 12 years ago. That one of the first mock draft simulators, we're going to use it to see how different fantasy landing spots could end up. So be sure that'll be on the channel tomorrow. So this has been fun as always for Steve. I'm Meg, and we will see you next time.